KNS. I'm Justin Beagle. Great to be back with you for another Saturday. For North Charleston is still buzzing, and rightfully so, after the Buccaneers ended a 13-game conference losing streak last week on the road at Western Illinois after a career performance by Zoltan Osborne.
Yeah, it was a gritty game by Zoltan Osborne and this Charleston Southern team, down 17-7. Rallied back for a huge win, and now Gabe Gardenia looking for back-to-back wins for the first time since in 2 years, really.
And it's homecoming, no better setting to get that second straight win than today. As for Eastern Illinois, back-to-back losses, including a lopsided loss last week on the road at SEMO, in which they turned the ball over 6 times. You can't win football games when you turn it over that many times.
No, definitely not. It's going to be Cole LaCrue today starting the game off for Eastern Illinois. So he's got to take care of the ball today.
Time now for our keys to the game as we get set for kickoff. Ford, what do you have for us?
So first for Charleston Southern, they got to try to win the time of possession battle, right? Eastern Illinois is actually first in the conference in time of possession. Charleston Southern's dead last, so they're going to try to keep the ball on the ground today with their explosive running back. Second, Zoltan Osborne's got to stretch the field like he did last week. Did a really good job. Looked like 07 Tom Brady to Randy Moss last week against Western Illinois. Eastern Illinois gave up a huge amount of deep chunk plays through the year last week, so expect Seth Strickland to dial up some shots for Zoltan. And then last for Charleston Southern, got to force Cole LaCrue into some contested throws. He's a much better runner than he is passer. Had 3 picks last week. If he tries to force the ball today against these young, really aggressive defensive backs for Charleston Southern, expect them to cash in and take advantage of those. And then for Eastern Illinois, you got to feed your guy Cooper Willman. This guy's a heart and soul of this offense, heart and soul of this team. He needs his touches today. Between 8 and 15 is my number, I'm saying, for Cooper Willman in order for this Eastern Illinois team to have success today. Second, the pass rush has got to get to Zoltan. He's a hard guy to fluster. He's been playing really well the last couple of weeks, really finding his confidence and staying in his comfort zone. They've got to get him out of his rhythm today with that interior defensive line for Eastern Illinois. And the Cole LaCrue, you got to take what's given to you, right? He's a great runner, but had 3 picks through the year last week, almost 100 yards on the ground. So he's got to play a safe game, but he's also got to be able to really make some plays to try and keep up with that really explosive offense for Charleston Southern. So it's going to be a fun one today, partner.
We are excited to bring it to you here on ESPN Plus as we get set for the opening kick. Charleston Southern wins it and defers, so they will boot it away to the Panthers to start off this one. Will Lang on to do the kicking duties. And back deep will be Carlin Neal and Taylor Goodson for the Panthers. A lot on the line in this one. The current Big South standings, Eastern Illinois sits in 6th with a 3-4 record, 2-2 in conference play. Charleston Southern is right on their tail at 2-6, as we mentioned, trying to win back-to-back conference games for the first time in just about 2 years, which was November of 2023. Beautiful day for college football. Temperature at 71 degrees, wind about 10 miles an hour out of the northeast. Buccaneers rocking the navy uniforms with the new animated Bucky logo. Panthers in their classic whites with the blue font. And we are underway on this homecoming day here at Charleston Southern. So the Panthers will take that in for a touchback. And on comes the offense led by quarterback Cole LaCrue, Ford.
And he's got to be a guy today that plays his best ball, right? Can't turn the ball over. Got to play himself a clean game, but he needs to be able to keep up with Zoltan. And then his guy got to get the ball to Cooper Willman, number 13 in the slot. And then you got, for Charleston Southern, Anthony Polk and Jaden Hancock are going to have to try to make Cole LaCrue hurry him today and really get him flustered through the air.
And on the first play from scrimmage, the handoff's going to go to Kellum, and he'll pick up a few. We mentioned the offense is going to run again through LaCrue today. Tied for first in the conference with 7 rushing touchdowns. He's the ultimate dual threat guy. The traditional quarterback, Connor Wolf, has been day-to-day with some ribs, so he's going to sit out. We were told, do not be at all surprised if the true freshman Brady Ford steps in at some point today. On second down, LaCrue is going to swing it out to Kellum. Catches a few blocks and picks up the first down. Steps outside around the 40.
And I'm going to expect offensive coordinator Kyle Derrickson to really call a kind of conservative game today for Cole LaCrue, right? This guy's a really explosive runner. Expect a lot of read options, design rollouts to get him to use his legs because he can really be elusive. But not the most accurate passer, right? Completed 30% of his passes last week, 3 picks. So his OC is going to give him some easy short stuff to get him in a rhythm.
Handoff goes to Kellum again, and he's going to be gobbled up immediately by the defensive front for the Buccaneers.
And that's been a strong suit for the Charleston Southern defense all year long, is that interior defensive line, right? They really have not given up a lot of yards on the ground per game. They've done a really good job of stifling opponents through that inside zone run game.
And that's one thing Gabe Gardenia told us coming into this week. Winning the battle in the trenches, they have to stop the run and force Eastern Illinois to play third and long most of this contest. 2nd and 8. Across the middle, hits the receiver. That's Willman. And he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Cooper Willman's first catch of the contest.
And I said between 8 and 15 touches for Cooper Willman. That's 1. So if he can get close to that number, I expect Eastern Illinois to really be in this ball game late.
Willman, the Big South OVC preseason player of the year. 2025 FCS preseason All-American. This offense runs through him. Sets up 3rd and short for the Panthers, just short of midfield. Empty backfield for LaCrue. Hesitates, then steps forward, and he's going to be met at the line. We'll see where they mark him. I don't think he got a partner.
I don't think he got it either. And, again, that's been another really strong point for this Charleston Southern defense, especially the last couple of games, is in 3rd and 4th and short. This defensive line just absolutely wins that initial push, almost like the way the Philadelphia Eagles have that such a strong tush push on the offensive line. Their defensive line for Charleston Southern really gets a great push there.
Panthers trying to hurry up. It's going to be 4th and inches. LaCrue steps back from under center, looks towards the sideline. Play clock winding down. And they may take the penalty here and set up for a better punt.
Yeah, against this stout defensive line, I'm not going for it here, given a really explosive Charleston Southern offense an opportunity to get great field position on their first drive.
Timeout goes to the Panthers, and a great opening series for that Buccaneer defense. You mentioned the front four. Portu, Hurts, and Landrum really led the way there.
Oh, they did an awesome job, and they've done it the last couple of games, man. Every time this defense needs a stop on 3rd or 4th and short, those guys turn it to a whole nother level, and it's been really impressive to watch them make those plays in those crucial situations.
Now we're going to see the Panthers punter Mason Miller. The specialists on both teams are going to be critical today. Miller, one of the best punters in not just the conference but in the entire country. Coming into the game, averaging about 46 yards per punt. Just trying to chase Eastern Illinois single-season record set by Kevin Cook in 2007. His hang time is electric, as his first boot is going to be caught there by Quay Kindle. Dangerous catch, and he'll pick up about 5, but here's a late flag. Our referee for today, Gabriel Tomlin, awaiting his first call.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 10. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So a holding call on the Buccaneers, the most penalized team in the OVC Big South. And that'll start the drive right around the 10-yard line. And here comes Zoltan Osborne and the Bucs offense. Osborne put on a clinic last week, 4 touchdowns, most for a QB for the Buccaneers since 2022. That was Jack Chambers for any of you listening back at home. And we mentioned it off the top for it. He was really able to stretch the field.
Really able to stretch the field. One guy we didn't get to in our players to watch is the guy, Rashawn Cunningham. Looked like Randy Moss last week. Made a ton of plays deep down the field through the air. Expect Seth Strickland to dial up some plays for Zoltan to get the ball into his hands, again, deep down the field. This guy's a lot of fun to watch. He's got NFL ability. I'm really excited to see how his career plays out.
Guys like Cunningham and Campfield will have to really step up as Chris Rowan officially out for the season with a torn ACL, which he suffered a couple of weeks ago against South Carolina State. First play from scrimmage for the Buccaneers is a handoff to Kamarion Baldwin, and he picks up maybe 1.
And that's going to have to be where Eastern Illinois really plays well today, is in that interior run game, run defense, because Charleston Southern's had a really great season off their inside zones. If they can kind of prevent them from finding their comfort and their rhythm in inside zone, it'll force Zoltan to get the ball out to the perimeter, which they certainly can do, but their strong suit is those inside zone runs.
Baldwin averaging 75 yards a contest. That leads the conference. He gets his second carry, follows his blockers, and stumbles forward for about 2.
And again, I really like the call there from Seth Strickland. He's done this the last couple of weeks, setting up his offense when they're in second and long for a third or fourth and manageable. He could have had Zoltan try to throw a deep or intermediate to deep pass there, but inside zone again, tried up the middle, and now it's 3rd and 6, 3rd and manageable.
Buccaneers going with a little bit of a hurry-up look. 2 receivers split out each side. Osborne scans the field, dumps it off, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Jamil Bishop, and the Buccaneers will be forced to punt.
And it's good ball placement there, but then again, it just didn't get to the sticks anyways. Even if he catches it there, it's going to be 4th and 2 when you're not going to go for it there.
So we mentioned one elite punter, and here comes the other. Gilbert Brown, the All-American, also the Big South OVC Special Teams Player of the Week back on September the 8th. Had a long of 82 this season back in Week 2 against Coastal Carolina. Gabe Gardenia has challenged him a lot this season to really enhance his punting abilities, which is tough to do when you're already an elite punter, as he gets an end-over-end punt right into the gut of Willman, who's got some space. He'll dance around and be brought down in Buccaneer territory just short of the 45-yard line. And we'll get our first media timeout. We'll see Cole LaCrue and company back on the field right after this. Sweet.
Somerville, where historic Southern hospitality blooms year-round in the heart of South Carolina. As one of the fastest-growing communities in South Carolina, Somerville offers an unmatched quality of life that draws families, entrepreneurs, and visitors from across the nation. Known affectionately as the Flower Town of the Pines, this dynamic town seamlessly blends small-town charm with big city amenities. Downtown Somerville's tree-lined streets showcase locally owned shops, chef-driven restaurants, and a calendar packed with community celebrations that bring neighbors together. The town's commitment to excellence shines through its top-tier park system, featuring athletic complexes, nature trails, and gathering spaces that serve all ages. Under the leadership of Chiefs Doug Wright and Brett Melcher, first responders in Somerville have set a high standard for public safety, earning recognition and respect throughout the region for their dedicated service and sacrifices. With its strategic location, excellent schools, and business-friendly environment, Somerville is poised to continue its development as a premier destination in the Southeast. Thank you, Somerville.
Welcome back. Panthers taking the field, offense rather, taking the field for the second time today. Last time came up just short of the sticks, which led to a Mason Miller punt. This time starting good field position inside the 45-yard line of the Buccaneers. QB keeper as LaCrue takes a shot there. Great play by Anthony Polk, one of our players to watch. With a couple of dynamic receivers for the Panthers. Willman, you got Darius Smith, C.J. Nelson. We asked Gabe Gardenia this week, would one of his corners shadow? And he said, you know what? No, we're not going to shadow guys because there's not much of a big talent disparity in this DB room. So pretty ringing endorsement from the head coach on his secondary. Little swing pass out, incomplete, and
sometimes it's those easy ones that get away from you the hardest. You know, it's just kind of trying to toss it right out of his hands, and it's almost like when a guy's got a wide open layup, he overthinks it and goes right off the backboard. Sometimes make the hard stuff look easy, easy stuff look hard there.
C.J. Nelson, the intended target. Brings up another Big third down for the Panthers. Empty set for the Crew. Under pressure, ball's on the ground. And is recovered by Charleston Southern. Correction, they're going to say that it was the Crew who last got on top of it, but the strip sack on a big third down play.
Just a great play there. Almost hops right back on it. Would have gotten a great field position for this Charleston Southern offense, but huge play to disrupt Cole LaCruz's rhythm there and really make him think about it a little bit more when he's in the pocket next couple drives out.
Scoring in the first quarter has been an issue for the Panthers this season. And heck of a start for the Buccaneer defense as a near block. Polk might have gotten a fingertip on that ball as it takes a Panther bounce and is finally down about the 16-yard line. So this Buccaneer defense really balling out so far today.
Been doing a great job keeping Cole LaCruz and company in check.
Charleston Southern University Athletics would like to thank Nucor Steel.
And we are going to keep it here with you as we'll get to see Zoltan Osborne. You mentioned Seth Strickland, Gabe Gardenia. They want to establish the run first. They have made that very, very clear. When you have a couple of key backs like Hakeem Waters and Kamarian Baldwin, it's easy to do. And on that one pass we saw from Osborne, very clean pocket, just not able to catch that ball was Quay Kindle.
Yeah, and again, it would have been a tough catch. You know, Zoltan put it in the spot that only Kindle could get it. But I expect this Charleston Southern offense to start heating up here, start gashing them a little bit more on the inside zone runs, and then doing a couple of play-action fake to try and take some deep shots down the field to Cunningham.
Coach Gardenia talking about giving his team a heart test last week. They walked around with a stethoscope at practice, making sure guys had the heart leading up to that big win against Western Illinois. He said this week they do not have the stethoscope, but they have a really beat-up clock. So think about that Flava Flav kind of clock that you would have. But he said it was set to 2 o'clock. It's got duct tape on it, and it's going to kind of be their memento as they play today's contest.
And that was just a really fun game to watch last week. Charleston Southern against Western Illinois was back and forth. But again, you could really see the heart of that team on full display, being down, back and forth, back and forth. And this offense, they never blinked. Zoltan Osborne was the catalyst behind that comeback win and looking to carry that momentum into today.
Buccaneers would love to play from ahead rather than behind, which they have not done since that Lindenwood game, as the quick pass is completed to Campfield right around the 30. Spins up a couple of defenders, but he'll move the chains.
Great timing there from Zoltan Osborne. That's a really tough route to hit. The ball's in the middle of the field like that. You're throwing a deep out route all the way to the outside the numbers, but Zoltan delivered that right out of his break and put it right on the money.
Fresh set of downs for the Bucs. Little swing pass out to Bishop, and he'll be brought down after a gain of 2.
And that's where this Charleston Southern receiving core can improve even a little bit more, is that perimeter blocking. They have so many really versatile, elusive playmakers. If they can just get a block for another second and a half longer, these little slots are going to be able to go take that from a 3-yard gain to a 30-yard gain.
Bishop coming off a career day where he had 3 receptions for 80 yards and a pair of touchdowns. Gabe Gardenia said he's banged up too, playing at about 80%, but that's still better than nothing. As he connects with his tight end, that's Moore, and he's brought down right at the sticks, and they're going to say first down.
Great throw there from Zoltan. It looks like a little 10-yard pass, and it is, but that's a tough throw to make. Zoltan's not able to get downhill. He's kind of falling out to his right and still is able to put it right on Moore's face mask. A lot of times quarterbacks will lead their guys a little bit too far upfield on those, especially when they're rolling to their throwing dominant side. But it's a great job for Zoltan to get that right on his face mask for a really nice first down pickup.
The line to gain was the 43-yard line. It is 3rd down.
So the referees make a quick correction. It looked like Moore was brought down just short of the stick, so it'll be a 3rd down and 1 marked at the 42-yard line.
And if I'm a betting man here, partner, I'm calling an inside zone run to Kamarion Baldwin, and watch this offensive line bully this Eastern Illinois defensive front.
One thing we haven't talked about enough this season is the consistency for the Buccaneers offensive line. They've had the same unit start pretty much every contest, though today Dylan Richardson gets the start at left guard over Robert Clark. As Baldwin gets the carry, he's got the first down, refuses to go down, and finally falls forward right around midfield.
And to your point about that offensive line staying consistent, that's such an overlooked ability for a team to stay healthy on the offensive line like that, because really everyone thinks the trenches are about toughness and who's bigger and who's stronger. And while that is an element, the biggest element is the element of communication. You got 5 guys that all need to be on the exact same page to pick up blitzes and protect your quarterback cohesively as a unit. And that's why you're seeing them do such a good job blocking for their running backs and protecting Zoltan.
Bobbled pass there by Bishop. And he'll slide down after a gain of 3. Near disaster right around midfield.
But that's why the coaches for Charleston Southern like that being a pop pass instead of just a traditional handoff. Because even if he drops that, everyone's going to try to jump on it, but it's not a fumble. It's an incompletion. But if he hands that off and that happens, then that's where disaster can really take place.
And I'm sure Zoltan Osborne likes to get those padded stats with the, 3 or 4 yards, increase that completion percentage.
Doesn't hurt.
As Baldwin gets the carry, doesn't gain much. Whole host of Panthers in there. Looks like Trayvon Piggy was the first one in there.
But again, Seth Strickland doing what he's been doing the last couple of games, not having a really sexy call on 2nd and long, having a nice conservative call to try and get a yard to 3 yards to set up a 3rd and manageable, right? Because now you're in 3rd and didn't pick up a lot there, but you're in 3rd and 7. Zoltan can find his money here.
Buccaneers only converting 33% of their 3rd downs this season. Osborne, another clean pocket, and he is going to get gobbled up from behind. Eastern Illinois comes up with the sack. That's the big number 90. Garlier Irvin, the first one in there.
And that was one of our keys to the game, partner, was if this pass rush can make Zoltan just a little bit more uncomfortable than he has been the last couple of weeks. So getting an early sack there on Charleston Southern's 2nd drive, huge confidence booster for that defensive line.
Under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter as Gilbert Brown makes his 2nd appearance. Another high end over end kick, and Willman will not be able to return it.
Media timeout.
Remains a 0-0 contest. We will step away for a quick moment. You're watching OVC Big South Football on ESPN+.
Fans, please turn your attention to the end zone as we now have 2 contestants for our East Bay Deli Dash. All right, contestants, whenever you're ready, on your mark, get set, go. All right, we got the pads on. And now the helmet. One contestant is being very generous. We've got the ball picked up. Which one's going to win the race in the end zone? Touchdown. Thanks, contestants, for participating in the East Bay Deli Dash. And Buck fans, you can scan the QR code on the screen and sign up for your chance to win a free East Bay Deli gift card.
Third drive of the game now for the Panther offense. Still even at a 0-0 deadlock. Neither team really able to do much once they get across midfield. This drive will start from the Panthers' 17-yard line. LaCruz going to roll right, looking to the sideline, finds Willman. That'll be a first down.
That's Willman's second offensive touch. And they're going according to their game plan, right? I like the idea from offensive coordinator Kyle Derrickson. It's about the Jimmies and Joes, not the X's and the O's, right? Trying to get the ball to their best player as much as possible.
Panthers going a little hurry up here. LaCruz going to keep it. Picks up maybe a yard. So far we've seen LaCruz do some intermediate to short passes. Hasn't really stretched that field yet. Do you think they're just trying to get him comfortable? What's the thought process if you're Eastern Illinois?
Absolutely. You know, Kyle Derrickson knows this guy hasn't had the majority of the snaps at quarterback all year long, and he knows this is a really talented secondary for Charleston Southern. So putting the ball deep down the field against these good young quarterbacks, that's always going to be a big gamble.
LaCruz able to escape the pocket on a broken play, lowers the shoulder but picks up the first down. That looked to be trouble for the Panthers. LaCruz takes it about 15.
That's the element that Cole LaCruz brings to this offense, right? Not going to be the Tom Brady of passers through the air, but is able to make any broken play into a positive one, right? Instead of that being a loss of 5 on a sack or a fumble, able to turn that into a nice 15, 20-yard gain.
The rush got there, but the elusive LaCruz able to sneak out. LaCruz back to pass, going to take off again, has some running room. He'll turn up the sideline and finally steps out of bounds just about the 30.
And these last 4 plays are going to be what the audience is going to expect the entire game from this Eastern Illinois offense. Getting the ball to Cooper Willman, and the Cole LaCruz keeping it himself on the ground. Expect to see that a lot. I expect Cole LaCruz to have a huge amount of rushing yards on the ground today, and I expect Cooper Willman to finish the game with somewhere around 10 receptions.
We'll see if the Buccaneers eventually have to spy LaCruz. Back-to-back plays where he's found wide open running lanes as the Panthers go trip set to the right. LaCruz, quick pass out. That's complete to his wide receiver. That's Landers Green. And he'll move forward for about 5 yards.
And again, really like the play calls here from offensive coordinator Kyle Derrickson. Just getting LaCruz comfortable, right? Taking what the defense is giving him. That was another one of our keys. Don't got to do anything super sexy down the field. Don't got to try and stretch this defense because, again, this is a very stout secondary for Charleston Southern. Take those screens, take those hitches, take those underneath routes, and that should open some stuff up later down the field.
Second down, delayed handoff to Jay Pearson, and Pearson will stumble forward for a yard. We mentioned the wide receivers for this Panthers offense. Can't sleep on the running backs either. The combination of Kellum and Pearson. They also have Jakari Fleming, but he's banged up, not playing today. So very much resembles like the Charleston Southern offense. They've got playmakers at receiver, but they like to run the ball when at all possible.
Absolutely. This is a stout running team. There's a reason why they lead the conference in time possession. Usually when you do that, it's because you're a really good running team because you eat that clock well. So expect them to try to establish more of a run game as this game goes on.
Panthers 1 for 3 on third down today. As Pearson gets the wraparound and he's dragged down from behind, but he'll have enough for the first down. That was a dangerous tackle. Not quite a horse collar, but he wrapped him around by the shoulder pads.
And that's where Charleston Southern has not been great on their defense this year, is those outside zone runs, right? It happened a lot against Tennessee Tech, happened a lot against South Carolina State. The inside zones, they're great, but it's when that quarterback is having to read that outside defender on the defensive line.
So the Panthers officially in the red zone as Pearson again on the inside zone. He'll be brought down right around the 10. This Panther offense, 16 of 20 on the season from the red zone. So when they get there, they like to score. As that brings us to the end of the first quarter, we're still knotted at 0, but the Panthers knocking on the door. We'll be back for second quarter right after this.
score, Eastern Illinois 0, and your Charleston Southern Buccaneers 0.
Since the first snap in 1991, Charleston Southern football has been built on the unshakable belief that we can compete with anyone, anywhere, anytime. Through seasons of triumph and seasons of trial, one thing has never changed is the heart of the Buccaneer family. Every yard gained, every tackle made, and every kick has been for something bigger than ourselves. This program is more than a team, it's a legacy. And that legacy continues today with a new generation ready to write the next chapter.
Charleston Southern Buccaneers have knocked off the number 1 team in the land.
Snap is good, hold is good, kick is good! Charleston Southern has won the game! Touchdown, Charleston Southern!
Rotation ball comes free to here. Ducks down it. The senior from West Ashley takes it back for 6. Kakavitis makes the man miss. Kakavitis in the end zone. Wilson intercepted. Picked off and coming the other way. Pick 6. Bucks down the sideline and rumbles in for the touchdown.
Second ever meeting between these two teams, and the last one was quite a doozy in Charleston, Illinois. Eastern Illinois won that one 16-13 in overtime. For those of you who might remember, there was a illegal touching call on the Buccaneers, which helped set up the game-winning score for the Panthers. We asked Gabe Gardenia earlier this week, did he show them that tape of that wild fourth quarter in overtime? And he kind of said, you know what, I still haven't been able to explain what happened to my teammates. And no, he did not end up showing them last year's film, hoping to rewrite the narrative here in the second ever meeting between these two teams. Start of the second quarter, Panthers facing second and short from the 10-yard line. Still remain scoreless. Pearson up the gut, and he's met by a big wall of blue. Nick Bartalo, one of the first ones in there for the Bucks.
Number 1, Jay Pearson, stopped on the play for the Bucks. Number 91, C.J. Landrum.
That will be good, though, for a first down. So it'll be first and goal for Eastern Illinois right around the 6-yard line.
And this is where Eastern Illinois can really frustrate this Charleston Southern team. If they can keep the ball on the ground and eat that clock, it keeps that explosive Charleston Southern offense off the field, which is really going to get Charleston Southern outside of their game plan.
Pearson remains in the game. Willman and Landers Green split out to the right. LaCrue hands to Pearson, and Pearson once again met by a big wall of blue. He'll pick up maybe a yard.
And most coaches might not feel great about having a first and goal if you're on defense, first and goal from the 8. But if one coach is going to feel good about his defense making stops, when you got 8 yards until the end zone, it's Gabe Gardenia with this strong defensive front.
A defensive front stopped the Leathernecks on a 4th and short late in the fourth quarter last week. This front can absolutely get it done. LaCrue on the keeper, wants to bounce it outside. Not going to get there. Bartalo again, one of many Buccaneers to meet him at the line of scrimmage, sets up a big third down and goal.
And LaCrue was trying to sell a little flop job on the end of that. I don't blame him, because those backers came in like heat-seeking missiles, but forces Eastern Illinois into a tough 3rd and 7 and goal. Got to get the ball into the end zone here.
You mentioned those linebackers. Steve Zayakowski, the conference leader in tackles, 2-time Big South OVC Defensive Player of the Week, and Justin Waters, known for his forced fumble abilities, 7 on the season, as Charleston Southern's going to take a timeout here before this big third down. Be a quick 30-second timeout. We mentioned those linebackers. Waters with 59 tackles. That's good for 8th in the conference. Was named a Field Steel midseason All-American just last week. And Zayakowski racking up all sorts of awards as well. They're really the anchor to this Buccaneer defense.
Absolutely, yeah. If I was a quarterback, I would not want to be having to run up the middle against those two guys, Waters and Zayakowski, man. They're mean. They come downhill fast. They play really well on their assignments. They do all of the little things well as linebackers, and they really anchor, like you said, the strong defensive front for Charleston Southern.
A couple other guys that Gabe Gardenia spoke very highly of this week. His outside linebackers, Malik McKenzie, a.k.a. the Terminator, and Mylan Bowen, who he likes to refer to as the Dennis Rodman Pistons version. He says their effort is consistent and they're relentless pass rushers. We'll see what they can do here. 3rd and goal. LaCrue on the keeper goes straight up the middle, and he is going to be stopped. Picked up a short gain of 2, and who else? Steve Zayakowski in there on the tackle.
And I get it, man. Kyle Derrickson's trying to go back to the well. He knows that's the weak, soft spot of that Charleston Southern defense, is that kind of outside zone option for your running back as the quarterback goes right up the middle. But ran it twice in a row there, and that Charleston Southern defense was ready for it.
So we'll see our first appearance of Drew Schiller, redshirt freshman from New Lenox, Illinois, 7 of 9 for the season, went 2 of 3 last week against SEMO. And that kick is good. Eastern Illinois on the scoreboard first. They lead 3-0. We are back right after this.
Charleston Southern 0. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in congratulating your 2025 Charleston Southern Alumni Award winners. Distinguished alumnus, Scott Payne, class of 93. Outstanding alumnus, Danetta Dawson, class of 1990. Outstanding young alumnus, Matthew Peterson, class of 22. University Mission Award, Philip Wilson, class of 08. Community Service Award, Cheyenne Huber, class of 18. Alumnus Service Award, Esther Wilkins, class of 91. The Military Service Award, Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Talon, class of 1969. Let's hear it, Buccaneer fans. A big homecoming cheer for these outstanding alumni who make Charleston Southern proud.
.12:09 to go here in the second quarter. Eastern Illinois leads Charleston Southern 3-0. Hard to believe we're already in the back half of the college football season. Here's what's upcoming for the remainder of the Panthers' schedule. They'll be back home against UT Martin and Tennessee Tech back-to-back weeks, November 1st and November 8th, before finishing the season at Lindenwood and then at Alabama down at Bryant-Denny Stadium. That's one way to close out the season if you are the Panthers.
Can they go get a big win in Bryant-Denny and shock the college football world, partner?
We have seen crazier things happen. As Schiller set to kick it away for the first time to the Buccaneers. Hakeem Waters watches it bounce out of the back of the end zone. And back out comes Zoltan Osborne in this Buccaneer offense.
First down and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Expect this offense to start to get in the rhythm, man. They haven't done a great job these first couple of drives establishing a rhythm. Got a few nice chunks on some inside zones and one outside as well, but I expect Zoltan and this running game to really start clicking here on this third drive of the game.
Osborne, the pride of Fort Dorchester High School, not too far here from Charleston Southern. Hometown talent, looking to lead the Bucs to victory. On first down, little delayed handoff to Baldwin, and Baldwin's not going to get much. Met immediately by Jawan Nixon,
Marion Baldwin with the carry for the Bucs.
the junior from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He's fourth in the conference with 56 tackles. Nixon had 12 last week against Southeast Missouri. Third time this season he's had double-digit tackles. It officially goes down for no gain. Osborne with plenty of time to quick out to Moore. That's his second catch, and he'll pick up about 6.
Osborne's pass complete to
Bane Moore stepping up at the tight end position
4 for EIU, Moses Alexander.
due to some injuries. We may also see number 87, Caden Strickland, as the Buccaneers are going to try and go hurry up here on 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Moore's really come alive in the last couple of weeks, and really a unique big body for that H-back tight end position that's really been super useful and versatile for this Charleston Southern offense.
Play clock at 9. Osborne looking, dumps it over the middle, just out of the reach of Mackay Campfield. He was crossing over the middle and would have had the first down and more had he completed that catch.
And I think Mackay pointed to himself after that play, signaling to Zoltan that he was trying to sit down in the zone, and Zoltan wanted him to stay on the move. So not a miss there by Zoltan, but just a miscommunication with his guy.
So another drive that stalls out for the Buccaneers, and Gilbert Brown will come to punt it away. As the Panthers look like they're going to show a block formation. Little shift there, and flags fly.
And they're talking about this like this might be an encroachment call for Eastern Illinois.
Referee still discussing. And here's Tomlin.
Delay of game, defense, disconcerting signals. It's a 5-yard penalty, first down.
So the Buccaneers catch a break. It is a delay of game off that shift. Buccaneers only need 4. They get 5 and a fresh set of downs.
And it's plays like that that can really take the wind out of the sails for a defense. When you make a really great stop like that, you feel really good about getting yourself off the field in just 3 short downs. Now you're back on the field. Now you're a little bit pushed further back into your own territory. And now this Charleston Southern offense feels like they got a little bit of life. Expect them to take a shot here.
We'll see what the Bucs can do with this second chance opportunity. As Baldwin's going to bounce it outside, cups back in, still on his feet. He's finally brought down after a gain of 8. Good run there by Kamarian Baldwin.
And that is Kamarian Baldwin football right there. This guy, he's a great downhill runner, but he's also great at being real shifty, being able to make great elusive cuts like that to turn an outside zone and get it back up in the middle for a nice gain of 9. And now you put your own offense in a really good position in 2nd and 1.
The JMU transfer enjoying his first season here with the Buccaneers. Among the leader in a number of categories as Osborne steps up into the pocket. Still going, dragged down by his hair, looking for some help. Going to throw back across the middle, intended for Moore, and he almost made the grab. Off the fingertips of Moore. Looked like he had the sun right there in his eyes, and Osborne nearly turned a really bad play into a positive one.
Is that Zoltan Osborne or Patrick Mahomes right there? That was an incredible play there by Zoltan. The ball just goes a little high for Moore. If Moore was a receiver instead of a tight end, he might have the vertical to get up there and make that catch. But a great play by Zoltan to get out of that sack. And you're still in 3rd and inches here for Seth Strickland to give you a really good call to pick up this first down.
Play clock at 5. They're going to give to Hakeem Waters for the first time, and he's got the first down. So this 1-2 punch at running back for the Buccaneers proving to be fruitful. Waters, the true freshman from Hartsville. And Baldwin, we mentioned, the transfer from James Madison. We have an injured Panther on the field, excuse me. We'll step aside for a quick moment. You're watching OVC Big South Football on ESPN+.
Buccaneer fans, please turn your attention to the 20-yard line. Please welcome to the field CSU's Associate Professor of Biology, Dr. Melissa Fly. She she is escorted by Senior Associate Athletic Director for Academics, Carrie Gomez. Dr. Fly teaches courses in anatomy and physiology, cell biology, and molecular biology, as well as graduate-level cell and molecular biology. She holds dual Bachelor of Science degrees in chemistry and biochemistry from the College of Charleston and a PhD in immunology from Clemson University. After postdoctoral work at the Medical University of South Carolina and teaching military students overseas, her research explores anti-cancer properties of natural compounds involving students in hands-on discovery. Thank you, Dr. Fly.
Buccaneers maintain their offensive series, given second life after the bizarre penalty on Eastern Illinois. Fresh set of downs right around midfield after the first down carry from Hakeem Waters.
That 1-2 punch they got at running back is something really special between KB and Hakeem.
And any given week, one of those two can step up to the occasion. Little tunnel screen intended for Bishop. Loses the football. Ball still on the ground. No clear recovery. Referee signal, Panther football. Tough break for the Buccaneers. Jamil Bishop met immediately after hauling in that ball. They're still fighting on the pile, but referee indicates it is Panther football, and it is.
And just a really tough blow for that Charleston Southern offense, right? You get a freebie where you get back on the field after your punting team is on, and you have a couple really nice runs from Hakeem and Kamarion getting down in enemy territory, and then a big hit causes a fumble like that. You hate to kill drives that are building momentum like that if you're that Bucs offense.
First turnover of the game. Tylen Foster officially credited with the fumble recovery. We'll see what the Panthers can do. They've only scored 10 points off of turnovers all season. On first down, LaCruz swings it out to Kellum, and Kellum gains a short few. Tackle there by Zayakowski.
22, Charles Kellum for the Panthers. Brought down on the play by number 5, Steve Zayakowski.
Charles Kellum, the Akron transfer, averaging about 15, 16 touches a game, 462 yards on the season.
They got a dynamic pair of running backs, and then you throw LaCruz into that mix. You really got some great legs on the ground for this Eastern Illinois rushing attack.
Kellum gets the carry again up the gut. Has some daylight, and he's got the first down. Charles Kellum just slipped through that front line as we have an injured Buccaneer player. Anthony Pauk able to pop on up. Looks like he just got rolled up on. He'll stay on the field.
Good to see him pop back up because he's an absolute playmaker for this Charleston Southern Bucs team, and only a freshman. And so is Hancock, too. They've been so impressive to me all season long, the fact that these two freshman corners have been able to step on the field. They play really aggressive football, and they're able to make plays, but they don't get flagged a lot for being too handsy, and usually that's a problem with young defensive backs. So kudos to Nick Reveiz and this defensive staff for teaching these young quarterbacks really disciplined football.
Pauk did jog over to the sideline, replaced by Nick Sawyer. So a fresh set of downs for the Panthers as LaCruz back to pass. He uncorked one down the sideline for Willman, and it's off his fingertips. Had a step on the defender, but unable to haul in the ball.
It's a great ball there by LaCruz. Again, they're really trying to target Willman because they know what he means to this offense and this team, but just a little bit out of their reach there. LaCruz could have used a little bit more shoulder tilt to drop that ball in, but you're only going to learn that kind of ball placement from some really elite quarterback trainers. I wonder who LaCruz's quarterback trainer is, partner.
I know you do some quarterback work on the side. Maybe you all should team up here in the future. As Kellum gets the ball, and he's got some space, still moving. He'll be brought down inside the 20. Nick Revis runs up to Kenai Cook. He was not pleased with all that space there for Kellum.
And that's the first time this Bucs defense has really gotten gashed today. And now you're trying to defend against an offense that's got momentum, clicking, firing on all cylinders inside your own 20. But again, this is where the Charleston Southern defense has been a bend but don't break defense really all season long. Let's see if they can continue that trend here.
Halfway through quarter number 2, remains a 3-0 Panthers lead. Eastern Illinois looking to add to their lead now. Pass intended for Willman, and it's incomplete. David Portu put a lick there on the crew.
He certainly did, partner, and a great call from Nick Reveiz. We talked about that exact defensive scheme with Coach Gabe Gardenia earlier this week, where they called that amoeba defense, where you got 4 deep defensive backs, 5-10 yards off the ball, and all 7 of your other defenders are up at the line of scrimmage. Nick Reveiz had Steve Zajkowski bail from the line of scrimmage back 5 yards, and that ball went right through his hands. So a great call there from Reveiz.
Panthers with 4 wide receivers here on second down, as they're going to give it to Nelson. He's going to try and bounce it outside, but kicks a few, and finally dropped by Cook. So again, we're seeing both of these teams not really running that jet sweep, but the little pop pass to the receiver cutting in motion. Sets up 3rd and about 5 for the Panthers.
Makes it just a little bit safer and a little bit quicker to get the ball into your guys' hands, because if worst case scenario he doesn't handle it, it's an incompletion.
Fans, let's make some noise for your defense. It's 3rd down.
Buccaneers looking to make another defensive stand in the red zone. LaCrue hands to Kellum, and Kellum is gobbled up. Nowhere to go, gets maybe a yard. And once again, the Buccaneer defense stands strong.
That's the first call from Kyle Derrickson that I don't love today. I'm going to play armchair offensive coordinator right now. I know it's a tough job, but you know from all your game prep and watching film on this Charleston Southern Bucs defense, they're so great in short yardage situations against the run. I would try to have Cole LaCrue get around the corner with his legs, try to get the ball in the air. But instead, you got to settle for another field goal.
So Schiller out for his second attempt. This one about 30 yards. And it's good. So 2 kicks from Schiller puts the Panthers ahead 6-0. We'll see if the Buccaneers offense can get something going on the other side of this timeout. You're watching OVC Big South football on ESPN+.
Okay, fans, it's time to welcome your very own Buck Angels to the field.
Back here on the campus of Charleston Southern, Buccaneers head to Southeast Missouri State next week before finally getting a bye. It's a tough break with the schedule makers this year. 10 straight weeks of football. This team is banged up and gone through some ups and downs. We'll finally get a break there in November before closing out the season at UT Martin. And then on Senior Day back here on November 22nd against Tennessee State. So still plenty of football left for you Buccaneer fans.
If this Charleston Southern team can finish 500 at the 6-6 mark, I think that would be such a confidence booster for this program going into next year, and that would speak volumes about Coach Gabe Gardenia pulling this team out of a 0-4 hole and finishing out the year 6-2. Obviously, got to take care of business today, but would be huge for this Bucs team because you got a lot of guys coming back next year to build upon this season.
This kick's going to be returned by Waters. Has a seam, but a big hit there. My goodness. Great tackle on the play by Josh Brown. As here comes Osborne, the Buccaneer offense. You mentioned finishing 500 or so. Every time I listen to the weekly press conferences, every opposing coach, including Chris Wilkerson this week, says that Charleston Southern is in every single ball game. Even the top-tier teams in the conference, nope, they're not getting blown out. They are competitive down to the fourth quarter. Couple of calls, couple of plays just don't go their way, but they are in every single ball game. Same one here today. 6 minutes to go until halftime, only trailing Eastern Illinois 6-0. As Kamarian Baldwin gets the first play, and he will pick about 4 more running behind his big right tackle.
They're always in every ball game, and that just speaks to the toughness that Gabe Gardenia has instilled into this Bucs team, is that they do not read the pressers. They don't read the name of the team that they're going against. They just go out and they play football every week. Do they win every week? No, but they're going to play them tough, and they're going to take every team down to the wire.
Osborne, quick pass over the middle. That's his tight end, Moore. That'll be good for about 10 and a fresh set of downs for the Bucs.
Just a little spot route there by Moore, using him almost like Travis Kelce on the Chiefs, but had a lot of space to work there in that open zone. Eastern Illinois is really playing a deep quarters coverage there, and you're able to expose that on those short routes underneath.
Just about 5 minutes to go here before halftime as Osborne calls an audible at the line. Play action pass connects with Moore once again. No, off his fingertips. Second time, though, I think he's looking right there into the sun. Incomplete pass.
And Zoltan made that exact same pass along this sideline of Charleston Southern just a couple minutes earlier and put it right on Moore's face mask. But that's where you see those quick little 5-yard passes where you're rolling out to your dominant throw inside. They can be tough because you're not able to get downhill and have all your weight and energy going towards your target.
Traditionally in Gabe Gardenia's offense, tight ends are not a big part of it. Landon Sowers, the starting tight end here the last couple of years, tore his ACL. He is out for the season. Little dump-off pass there intended for Baldwin, and it's incomplete. Would have been recovery there by Juwan Nixon and knock it free.
Would have been a huge pickup there by KB, and now you're in 3rd and long. Would have been 3rd and 4. Now you're in 3rd and long. But again, don't count out Zoltan Osborne in this Bucs offense. These guys can make an explosive play at the drop of a hat.
Only one real pass we've seen go beyond 10 yards was that first down to Campfield in the first quarter. We'll see if Strickland and Osborne dial up a deep pass here. Osborne going towards the sideline again, has a man. That's Rashawn Cunningham. And it feels like every week he makes one acrobatic play after another.
Great recognition there by Zoltan. He saw that blitz coming. That was getting dialed up from Andrew Strobel and was able to take his drop and get the ball out of his hands just in time before he takes a hit to his favorite receiver as of late. Stepping in for Chris Roan, Rashawn Cunningham. Expect Rashawn to get many more targets today.
Cunningham had a pair of touchdowns last week. Looking to add to it. Osborne, plenty of time. Takes a shot towards the end zone. Incomplete. One at Campfield. They're looking for a flag, and they're not going to get it.
And I thought he definitely got there early, partner.
Covered there by Moses Alexander and Isaiah Huey. I don't know, partner. I thought there was clear interference there.
Absolutely. That's where Eastern Illinois got beat a lot last week against SEMO, and that's where Charleston Southern made their money last week against Western Illinois. So expect them to continue to go back to the well there on those deep posts.
On second down, they give to Baldwin, and he's not going to get anything. In fact, he'll lose a couple. Dropped right there at midfield. Great tackle there, like Trayvon Piggy, the first one in there, along with Tien Fridge. So all of a sudden, the Buccaneers backing up, facing 3rd and long. So far for CSU today, only 3 of 6 on 3rd down. They'd like to get some points here not give the ball back to the Panthers with just under 4 minutes to go here in the opening half, as Gabe Gardini is going to call timeout, and they're going to talk things over. So we'll keep it here. Okay, armchair offensive coordinator. What are you calling up here? 3rd and about 12 from midfield.
Yeah, the Eastern Illinois defense and Andrew Strobel, they're gonna play deep quarters coverage here because you know Zoltan can stretch the field vertically, especially with a guy like Rashawn Cunningham and company. So if I'm Seth Strickland, I know they're gonna play off. I'm probably not gonna get anything deep down the field and pick up all 12, 13 yards here on 3rd and 12. I want to try and get half, because if you get half, you go from the 50 to right around the 45, 46 yard or 44-yard line, and then you can go for it and have it be a 4th and 5, 4th and 6, 4th and manageable, right? So honestly, this defense, they're going to have their linebackers probably out of the box and have one extra safety in there. Those corners are going to be very far off. I don't think he's going to call an inside zone run, but they've been so good at inside zones all year long. I would not hate seeing a Kamari on ball in inside zone, pick up 5, 6 yards, and then put yourself in a real 4th and manageable down in distance.
Haven't seen Osborne run the ball at all today. He is a threat from his legs. And Baldwin, you called it, bounces it outside, and he'll pick up right around 5 yards. They'll mark him down right at the 44. So I guess you can stay as the armchair coordinator there, Ford. Right on the money. So 4th and be about 6 or 7 from the Eastern Illinois 45-yard line. Well, Gabe Gardini is going to keep his offense out on the field with 3:30 and change to go.
I just love Seth Strickland's mindset there. He's not trying to get it all on 3rd and 12. He's trying to split it up into 2 downs, knowing he's going to go for it here on 4th down.
So 4th down for the Buccaneers. Osborne's pass intended and caught right on the dot, Mekhi Campfield. So a big 4th down conversion for the Buccaneers keeps this drive alive. They were previously 5 of 8 on the season, and Seth Strickland's going to go hurry up here with just under 3 minutes to go. 1st down carry for Baldwin, and he's not going to go anywhere. 4 Panthers in there immediately, led by Samuel Robles.
Seth Strickland is really playing puppet master right now. He knows what he's going to do, what he wants to do on 4th down if he's able to pick up 4 yards there. A great call on 3rd and 12, and then a great call there on 4th and about 8 to know Zoltan is going to come through, cool, calm, and collected, and deliver an absolute strike there to his guy on that out route up at the top of the screen.
Cool, calm, and collected is accurate indeed. As delayed handoff to Baldwin, nowhere to go. Panthers snuffed that out immediately. Robles again. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute timeout. We'll step away for a quick moment. Buccaneers facing 3rd and 12 on the other side of this timeout.
Okay, fans, it's time for the punt, pass, and kicking competition brought to you by the Kickin' Chicken. Maddox is on the field today. He is our contestant. Maddox, whenever you're ready, go ahead and punt it. All right, Maddox, let's see that arm. Nice arm. All right, fans, let's give Maddox some help here as he tries to kick a 39-yard field goal to win the punt, pass, and kicking competition. Oh, just a little bit short.
2 minutes to go until the Jersey Mike's halftime report. Eastern Illinois leads it 6-0. Buccaneers are driving but face a third down and long in Panthers territory. Buccaneers 3 of 6 on third down coming into this one. Converted a fourth down conversion earlier in the drive. We'll see what they have in store here.
Seth Strickland right back in the same spot he was just in, 3rd and 12.
Osborne stands in the pocket, delivers a dart, first down. Rashawn Cunningham right at the sticks.
Playmakers all over the field for this Bucs offense. Got to be so nice for Zoltan Osborne to deliver him to. So nice for Seth Strickland to know on 3rd and long. He's got guys all over the field there to come up with a strong catch like that.
So a fresh set of downs for the Buccaneers. Ball marked at the 25-yard line. 1:40 to go.
Again, Eastern Illinois is playing off here. They're just giving Charleston Southern the short stuff.
Bucs with 1 timeout remaining. Osborne steps up. He's going to take off. And then he'll slide after a gain of about 2.
Nothing sexy there from Zoltan, but again, being athletic enough to avoid a sack, put yourself in 2nd and medium, and get a positive gain. Your OC is never going to complain about a play like that from your quarterback getting down in the enemy territory.
Buccaneers comfortable letting this clock tick as we have under a minute to go here in half number 1. Kamarion Baldwin gets the carry, but a flag comes in. This is going to be a false start on the Buccaneers. And here's the call.
False start. Everyone but the snapper. It's a 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down. The penalty results in a 10-second runoff that Charleston Southern has negated with their final timeout of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
So the Buccaneers decide to burn their last timeout rather than have the 10-second runoff.
To 59 seconds.
So the clock will be reset to 59 seconds. So Buccaneers, tough spot, no timeouts remaining, but when you're on this side of the field, still plenty of time, you'll take that.
And honestly, I'm surprised Coach Gardenia elected to forego that timeout and keep the 10 seconds. Really, I would want to hold on to that timeout and lose the 10 seconds, because if you need to rush your field goal unit out onto the field, you got your timeout there in your back pocket. Also, if you score quick here, you're giving Eastern Illinois 10 more seconds to be able to potentially get themselves in a field goal range while you still have your timeout. So would have kept that timeout there, but Coach Gardenia has different strategy in mind.
So the Buccaneers with 2nd and 12 from the 27-yard line. Again, 59 seconds to go here in the first half. Bucs can take the lead with a touchdown and an extra point, or cut into that Panther lead with a field goal. Osborne throws towards the sideline, has more, and he'll be stopped just short of the sticks, maybe a yard shy. Buccaneers are going to have to hurry up. It'll be 3rd down and short, 45 seconds to go.
Zoltan took a big hit there, but really strong character to make a throw like that.
And a late timeout called here by the Panthers. They want to talk things over. Clock stopped with 38 seconds to go.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
So a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Officially going to be marked as a 3rd and 2 upcoming for the Buccaneers.
And a play like that as a quarterback shows your entire team where your heart posture really lies, right? For Zoltan to be able to stand in the pocket, deliver a shot like that, get absolutely drilled, get up, and have no emotional reaction whatsoever. He's not pointing fingers at his O-line, asking guys to pick up that defender. He knows that defender is on him. That's his hot read right there. He knows it. He's going to take a hit, but for him to be able to deliver an accurate ball and know he's going to get just smoked like that, that speaks a lot about Zoltan Osborne, not only as a football player, but as a young man as well.
We mentioned that this Buccaneer team playing their 9th consecutive game. They're still 2 weeks away from the bye week. Zoltan Osborne, one of those guys who's been beat up, suffered a strained bicep against Tennessee Tech, but bounced back against Western Illinois last week. We'll see what he can do here on 3rd and short. Osborne wants to go towards the end zone, dumps it off to Baldwin, who hauls it in. That's going to be a first down, but the clock continues to tick. It'll pause momentarily as they reset the change. 30 seconds to go.
Great catch there by KB. He had one drop earlier, but great use of his hands there to climb the ladder and bail out Zoltan on that high throw.
Osborne thinking end zone, goes towards the sideline. That's Moore, cuts back upfield, and he's dropped at the 10. 20 seconds to go. Bucs are going to have to clock this. Finally clock it with 10 seconds to go. Going to go back to Ford Werness, our armchair quarterback and coordinator over here. You got 10 seconds to go. You're at the 10-yard line. Maybe, one shot to the end zone. If you can't convert, kick the field goal.
Absolutely, yeah. Give Zoltan.
After the play, please reset it to 40 seconds. It will run on my signal.
So they're actually going to add 4 more seconds onto the clock.
Give Zoltan an opportunity here to potentially throw a back shoulder fade. This Eastern Illinois defense is going to be playing off because they do not want to give anything up into the end zone here. Let Zoltan make a good decision here. In the worst case scenario, he throws it out of bounds.
Keep an eye on Campfield, top right of your screen. Osborne going to go towards the side, and there's more, but he's out of bounds.
Ooh. I thought he threw that a little bit lower, partner. I was getting worried for a second, but able to get that out of bounds. And now you bring on Zach Gordon, try and get this to a 3-point ball game.
Zach Gordon, 4 for 7 on the season. Went 2 for 2 in the rain a couple weeks back against Tennessee Tech. So he'll look to cut it to a 6-3 Panther lead here to go into the halftime locker room. This will be about a 28-yard attempt. So timeout is called.
Eastern Illinois has called their final timeout.
Panthers burn their final timeout. Try and get into the psyche there of Zach Gordon.
And Zach was really good in that last game we called against Tennessee Tech. I expect him to continue to keep his confident rhythm alive here today. Nail this one and get it to a 3-point ball game.
Do you think Gabe Gardenia, though, is biting his tongue a little bit that they didn't get the touchdown? They look so good, got a couple of big third-down conversions, just unable to get into the end zone?
Absolutely. I mean, that's always going to really frustrate a head coach, any coach really, when you got a good drive and you're trying to finish it off in points. But, again, to end the half on any kind of points is always going to be a positive.
So Gordon will once again line up for the kick. This one, again, about 28 yards, kicking into the wind. High snap. And Gordon's kick is good. So a great recovery there. Gilbert Brown with an excellent hold as a low-scoring first half comes to a close. As the teams go into the halftime locker room, your score, Eastern Illinois 6, Charleston Southern 3. Stick around. We will have the Jersey Mike's halftime report on the other side of this TV timeout.
Buccaneer fans, please join us in welcoming back the members of the 2015 Charleston Southern football team. This fall marks the 10-year anniversary of the squad and the historic run they had that season. That fall, the Buccaneers delivered the most memorable year in program history, earning respect across the FCS landscape and national prestige to CSU. Under the leadership of head coach Jamie Chadwell, they brought energy and excitement to Buccaneer Nation, battling through one of the toughest and longest schedules in school history. The 2015 squad featured an elite defense, explosive playmakers on offense, and a locker room full of student-athletes who represented Charleston Southern with pride and class. Their hard work and team-first mentality helped lay the foundation for continued success in the years that followed. Let's give a warm round of applause for the 2015 Charleston Southern Buccaneers on this homecoming weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for the 2025 Homecoming Court, proudly representing our CSU student body. These outstanding students have completed in a series of events throughout the week, all leading up to this moment when we'll crown the 2025 Charleston Southern University Homecoming King and Queen. And now please join me in welcoming your Homecoming Court. Representing the CSU International Club and escorting each other are Mark Potisum and Caitlin Connor. Representing the One Accord Gospel Choir is Anya Wallace, escorted by Joseph Sorty. Representing the Psychology Club is Alexis Swanholz, escorted by Jacob Proctor. Representing the Student Government Association is Gracie Dorner, escorted by R.J. Heydrich. Representing Render is Emma Atkinson, escorted by...
Back here on the campus of Charleston Southern, a low-scoring affair. Eastern Illinois leads the Buccaneers 6-3. Time now for our halftime stats presented by Jersey Mike's. Pretty evenly matched contest, as the scoreboard suggests. Panthers with 137 total yards, 103 of those on the ground. Bucks 130, just short of the century mark in terms of the passing game. Biggest difference, Panthers 1 for 5 on third down, Buccaneers 5 for 10, and time of possession relatively evenly matched. Ford, anything jump out to you there?
Well, yeah, that's what we said at the beginning of the game is one of our keys for Charleston Southern is try to keep the time possession even. If you can win it, awesome, but try to keep it pretty level because, again, Eastern Illinois is leading the conference in time possession. But Charleston Southern being behind 70 yards in the rushing category, usually not something we're used to seeing from them. They're usually putting the ball on the ground a little bit more and asserting themselves a little bit more in the trenches. But they're making up for it in the passing games. Again, Zoltan Osborne and this receiving core have really come alive in the last couple of weeks. So want to see a little bit more of a dominant presence on the ground from this Bucs offense. But they're doing it through the air, and they're converting on third downs, which has been a struggle for them all season long as well. So good to see Charleston Southern converting 50% on those third downs.
Buccaneers had the one turnover in the first half. Didn't come back to bite them. Stick around. We'll have more on the Jersey Mike's halftime report after this timeout.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our 2025 Homecoming King is Mark Potisum. Congratulations, Mark. And now, fans, your 2025 CSU Homecoming Queen is Jordan Draper. Jordan. And one more time, fans, let's give a huge round of applause to all of our homecoming representatives and our newly crowned King and Queen, Mark Pottison and Jordan Draper. Congratulations. And fans, please be sure to stick around after the game for our post-game performance by our very own CSU Marching Bucks, the pride of the Low Country.
Be part of something bigger with a career at Nucor. When you join our organization, you become part of a team that makes an impact on people's lives, communities, and the environment. Join us to forge deep bonds with teammates, get the freedom to activate your ideas, and gain the stability to build a lifelong career. Learn more at nucor.com/careers. That's nucor.com/careers. Come be a part of something bigger at Nucor. Nucor is an equal opportunity employer.
Once again, CSU would like to say thank you to our sponsor, Nucor.
Welcome back to the Jersey Mike's halftime report. 6-3 is our score. Eastern Illinois over Charleston Southern. Time now to take a look across the OVC Big South and other out-of-town scores. Right now in the third quarter, Tennessee Tech leading Southeast Missouri State 21-9. Early second quarter, Tennessee State up 3 points on Western Illinois. And in St. Charles, Missouri, this one getting just underway. Gardner-Webb leads Lindenwood 7-0. Still plenty of action across the OVC Big South and plenty of football left to play here in the month of October and as we flip over into November. Stick around. We're going to have more on the Jersey Mike's halftime report after this other timeout.
Interested in becoming a CSU Athletics partner? From game day promotions to custom branding opportunities, we'll connect your business with Buccaneer fans all season long. To learn more about partnership opportunities, contact us today.
Welcome back, folks, to Buccaneer Field. And looking at Eastern Illinois' upcoming schedule, they're taking on UT Martin on November 1st, and then home against Tennessee Tech as well at Lindenwood, and then going to Bryant-Denny Stadium, the Crimson Tide of Alabama, which I will be the biggest Eastern Illinois Panther fan on November 22nd.
Did you play at Bryant-Denny your 1 year at Ole Miss?
Did not. They came to us. We scored on the first play of the game. 75-yard sluggo to DK Metcalf. I thought I was going to be on the team that beat number 1 ranked Alabama. I think we ended up losing that game 59-7.
Ouch.
I believe Tua Tagovailoa started the game. Mac Jones got in the game as the backup. Sorry, as the third string. Jalen Hurts played as the second string. So all three of those future NFL starters all played against us that one day. Of course, their receiving core went from Devontae Smith to Jalen Waddle to Ruggs and goes down the line. But that was an Alabama team to be feared and remembered.
So Ford Werness, the official pick, is going to be Eastern Illinois over the Crimson Tide. Meanwhile, for Charleston Southern, we mentioned they will be at Southeast Missouri State next week before finally getting into their bye week, a much-deserved bye week. And then they will close the season at UT Martin and then back here for Senior Day on November 22nd against Tennessee State. Still a lot of football to look forward to. Still hard to believe we're on the back half of the season. It feels like, just yesterday you and I were here calling that Lindenwood game on September 13th. That was, 6 weeks ago?
I was just thinking about that part. It's crazy. It's already been a month and a half since then. Where does the time go is my question.
Don't we always ask that? About 5 minutes to go here before the start of the third quarter. We're going to step away once more. We'll be back with the Jersey Mike's halftime report after this. Moments away from the start of the second half here at Charleston Southern remains a 6-3 contest in favor of the Eastern Illinois Panthers. Time now for Ford's Focus. Take it away, partner.
Yeah, so Charleston Southern, they've got to continue to finish their drive or try to start finishing their drives on offense because they've had a few drives get down into their enemy territory, and then the last one finally ends in a field goal right before the half, which, end on a great note there, but none of those other drives resulted in points. You've got to be able to put points on the board, but more specifically, touchdowns. If you get one touchdown, maybe even two here in this second half, that's going to give you the edge over this Eastern Illinois team that is also still just settling for field goals as well through the end of their drives. And then if you're Eastern Illinois, you got to continue to take care of the ball if you're Cole LaCrue, right? He's done a great job of just taking what the defense has given him, not forcing the ball, using his legs on the ground. He's done a real great job at playing a clean game, so continue to just do what you're doing if you're Mr. LaCrue. And then you got to continue to dominate the trenches. They've done a great job at kind of flipping the cards on Charleston Southern. Charleston Southern is usually the team that is winning in the trenches against most of their opponents, but it's been Eastern Illinois today. So if you're Eastern Illinois, continue to dominate on that offensive line to push around that interior front for Charleston Southern, open up those holes for your running backs. You're already at 99 yards, or pardon me, a few yards over 100 on the ground if you're Eastern Illinois. And then they've held Charleston Southern in check to only 33 rushing yards. So they've done a great job. Just continue to do what they're doing in the trenches.
Be interesting to see how this second half gets underway as the Bucks take the field, set to receive the second half kick. You mentioned Cole LaCrue, 4 of 8 for 34 yards, another 44 yards on the ground. He's been the biggest threat they've had offensively. Charles Kellum had a couple of good carries there in the first half. Eastern Illinois trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. Buccaneers again trying to win their second consecutive Big South contest for the first time in just about 2 years. So plenty on the line here with 30 minutes to go. Once again, we're going to see Drew Schiller on to kick it away. It will be Hakeem Waters. And Jamil Bishop back deep. Bishop had that fumble right around midfield, but the Buccaneer defense bailed him out. Schiller's kick is up, and we are underway in the third quarter here from Charleston Southern. And here comes Zoltan Osborne in the Buccaneer offense. Ford, what do you want to see from them here on this first drive?
I want to see that 1-2 punch really get into rhythm, right? Again, only 31 rushing yards on the ground from Charleston Southern in that first half. Hakeem Waters and Kamarion Baldwin, they're too talented of backs to only have 31 yards between the two of them in one half of football. Hakeem Waters needs more than one touch in the second half, and Kamarion Baldwin really needs to get rolling.
We'll see what Seth Strickland dials up here. 1st and 10. Play action pass, throw over the middle intended for Cunningham, and it's incomplete. Looks like he hit him in stride, just unable to hold on.
Great ball there by Zoltan. Low RPO, pulls those linebackers up, throws that glance route right behind those backers to Cunningham, just unable to come up with it there, but great ball.
Isaiah Huey on the coverage. Tied for first in the conference with 7 pass breakups. That's number 8 on the season. The give here to Baldwin. Baldwin's going to bounce it outside. He'll pick up about 6.
Love the call there from Coach Strickland. Again, you're in 2nd and long, and now you get it down to 3rd and short. He's done this so well over the last couple of weeks. Really been impressed with Coach Strickland's play calling. Now you're in a really manageable 3rd and short.
We mentioned it earlier, Buccaneers on 3rd down, 5 of 10 in that first half. Can they get their first down on the opening drive of the second half? As Osborne scans the field, he's going to roll out to his right, throws back across his body, finds a man, and that's Cunningham streaking down the sideline, and they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 40. Great throw, great catch by Cunningham, extending the Buccaneer drive.
Justin, I didn't know Patrick Mahomes suited up for Charleston Southern today. Great escapability there from quarterback Zoltan Osborne, then delivers a strike right over top of that corner's hands, right into the hands of Rashawn Cunningham. Rashawn almost finishes it off with a toe tap down the sideline for a huge score.
Great escape there out of the pocket from Osborne. Baldwin again gets the carry, tries to bounce it outside, and he'll pick up maybe a yard. That looked like one of those plays in Madden. Osborne went one way, rolled out the other, and just dumped it over top to a streaking Cunningham. If he hadn't stepped out of bounds, he would have been gone.
He would have been gone for sure. Cunningham's got that big, deep threat catchability, but also the ability to take it to the house right there. Just unable to keep his balance and stay in bounds.
So Buccaneers ended the half with a field goal, trying to get a touchdown now as Baldwin again on another carry inches forward past the 35.
And again, Seth Strickland does it. They did not have a big pickup on first down. They're in second and long. Instead of calling a pass play there and potentially going into third and long, you call a run play. You know your offensive line is going to get some kind of push. You know one of your two explosive running backs, they're going to fall forward for a yard or two or three. Now you're in 3rd and 6 instead of 3rd and 10. Expect your quarterback to deliver a strike here against a deep zone defense here.
3rd and long. Osborne over the middle, caught by Baldwin. Refuses to go down. Still on his feet. Across the 25, and he's finally brought down. Great tackle there by Tien Fridge. Buccaneers move the chains once again. Great connection there. Osborne to Baldwin.
Baldwin is showing his ability to catch the football out of the backfield right now, and he looks really good. Had one drop earlier, made up for it on 2 really nice catches and a nice catch and run there, but not a great call there from coordinator Andrew Strobel for Eastern Illinois. Shouldn't be playing 4 deep coverage against third and medium.
Osborne calls an audible at the line. Didn't like what he saw. Hakeem Waters gets his 2nd carry of the day. Starts outside, tries to bounce back inside. No gain. And Chris Wilkerson is furious, giving the referee an earful on the far sideline.
Yeah, unsure what he's frustrated about right now, but his defense has got to get a stop. You can feel the momentum sliding to that Charleston Southern sideline right now, and this Bucs offense is finally starting to feel really comfortable. Again, playing back at home. They're having a great first drive. Let's see if Zoltan can cap this thing off with 6.
The quick pitch to Bishop. Bishop's got a seam, and he'll fall forward to about the 20. Sets up another 3rd and short for the Buccaneers.
And
How about Baldwin? What a day he's having. 14 carries for 40 yards, 2 receptions for 12. He's been a game changer for this Buccaneer offense.
I haven't seen him as much this season in the passing game, but had 2 crucial catches these last couple of minutes of this game, and didn't know he had that ability, but continuing to show this staff and potentially NFL scouts how versatile he is.
Buccaneers facing their third down of the drive, so they go empty set. Quick pass out to Moore. That's going to be a first down. Great job there by Nabain Moore to haul it in, and he was met immediately. Big hit there by Moses Alexander, the defensive back. They're actually going to mark him about a half-yard short. Ball is marked at the 24.5-yard line. He has to get to the 24 for the first down. Offense is going to stay on the field for the Bucs. And you have to imagine Kamarion Baldwin checking back in, just going to try and plow forward for a yard.
KB up the middle. If you don't get it, you don't deserve to win the game.
Buccaneers 1 of 1 on 4th down conversions today as Baldwin still moving. Did he get it? I don't know. We'll see where they mark him. I don't think he got a partner. Turnover on downs. Eastern Illinois' defensive front makes the stand. And a promising drive ends in a dud for the Bucs.
Taking a page out of the Charleston Southern book where that defense makes a crucial stop on 4th and really short against a great offensive line and great running back. It's a great play by their D.
Now I want to ask the armchair offensive coordinator Ford Warness a question. Why do you go shotgun and run the ball on 4th down? I don't understand that.
Well, it's because they don't do a lot of under center exchanges on 4th and short like that. You don't want to risk the ability for your center and your quarterback who aren't used to taking a lot of handoffs from under center. You don't want to risk a fumble in that territory, and with Kamari and Baldwin being in pistol behind Zoltan Osborne. You get a couple of yards of momentum coming downhill.
We'll see what the Panthers can do offensively as Kellum gets the first carry, and he'll pick up a yard. So big swing of momentum. And how about both of these defenses? A couple of big stops for the Buccaneers that led to field goals for the Panthers in the first half. And in the start of the second half, the Buccaneers are moving with ease down the field until that defensive front makes a stand there on 4th and inches.
Yeah, both these defenses are playing really well. If you're a defensive guy, this is the game for you. Being a former quarterback, I want to see more points on the board, but don't have many to see right now.
Panthers boast the 3rd best defense in the conference. As LaCrue dumps it off, that's Nelson slipping away, and he's finally brought down by Malik McKenzie right there at the first down marker, and that'll move the chains.
That was one of our keys going into the second half was Charleston Southern needs to finish their drives on offense in some kind of points, preferably touchdowns, and they're not able to do it. How many times have they been down in enemy territory and come away with no points? If they don't end up winning this game, shoot, even if they do, I know Coach Gardino is going to make that a point of emphasis next week in practice.
Almost halfway through this third quarter already. Remains a 6-3 game as LaCrue is going to keep it himself. Buccaneers trying to rip that out from underneath him, and he'll pick up about 3.
And that's the challenge when you're playing an elusive quarterback like LaCrue, because he's another running back on the field. He's not afraid to get hit. He's not looking to slide. He's looking to run guys over and use his legs to pick up as many yards as possible. You turn a play like that where you sniff out the screen, and you should have any other quarterback for a sack or, worst case scenario for the offense, attack at the line of scrimmage, and Cole LaCrue is able to turn that into a 4 or 5 yard pickup.
2nd and 6 from about the 30. LaCrue to Kellum, and he's going to go nowhere. Great tackle on the play. Buccaneers snuffed that out. And guess who? Was Anthony Pauk from his corner spot. Just came in there like a wild man.
And that was
Makes that nice tackle.
That was one of our guys to watch at the start of this game. A freshman. He does not play like a freshman, partner. The tenacity he plays with to be able to make tackles in the run game, mixed with his really versatile hips, ability to make plays with his coverage ability. He's a really rare corner. I expect him to do big things in his career.
Listed at 5'10", 180. Certainly doesn't play that way. Here's the Panthers on 3rd down. LaCrue under duress, and he is going to be brought down. Champ Brantley gets the sack. And the Buccaneer defense holds strong. LaCrue had no time and tried to escape, but Champ Brantley would not be fooled.
Great play there by that Charleston Southern defense. LaCrue walks off to the sideline really flustered, really angry, but that's a great job by that Bucs defense. Your offense isn't able to finish that last drive in points. You could walk back out on that field discouraged, but for them to get that big stop on 3rd down, huge for your team's momentum.
Buccaneers showing blitz. They want to block this punt. Don't get a hand on it as Bishop has to give chase. Goes off his hand. He has to recover that ball. And it rolls out of bounds at the 10. So near disaster there for the Bucs. And a heck of a punt from Mason Miller with 5 defenders in his face. And 6:19 to go here in the third quarter. Panthers lead it still 6-3. We'll see the Buccaneer offense on the other side of this TV timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to turn your attention to the 20-yard line as we welcome the town of Somerville Mayor Russ Touchberry. Known as the Flower Town in the Pines, Somerville is a city where charm and Southern hospitality blend gracefully with the modern and progressive. From the Somerville government leaders to the first responders and Parks and Rec, Somerville is in an actively growing community. Charleston Southern University is grateful for the continued partnership and support of the town of Somerville. Mayor Touchberry is with Charleston Southern Vice President of Intercollegiate Athletics, Jeff Barber, who is presenting the mayor with a special gift from CSU Athletics. Thank you for your support, Mayor Touchberry and the city of Somerville.
2 turnovers on the day for Charleston Southern, and yet they're only down by 3. But a great punt just now from Mason Miller set with the Buccaneers at the 10-yard line. Moved the ball with ease, though, on that last drive, but unfortunately the Bucs turned it over at the least opportune moment. As Camarion Baldwin gets the first carry of this drive, and he's got maybe a yard. Seth Strickland still committed to the outside zone. Every so often, Baldwin able to slip past for a couple of yards.
They did a great job establishing the outside zone run last week against Western Illinois. The best they looked all season running the ball outside. KB and Hakeem Waters were super balanced last week in terms of touches and yards, trying to reestablish that momentum in that outside zone so far today, but haven't really been able to get the edge too many times.
Hakeem Waters, only 2 carries today as he checks back in. And he'll get the give, and he's going nowhere. Great job by that defensive front. That's number 99, Kefa Piera, making the play.
Going right back to the well there is Seth Strickland with that outside zone to the same side. I guess he's trying to catch him slipping, thinking that surely the Eastern Illinois defense wouldn't expect them to come right back to that same play. But now you're in 3rd and long. Really tough position for Zoltan to try to pick up a first down here.
So see the Panthers going with a too high look now. Those linebackers playing deep right there at the sticks. Osborne finds a man, and it's incomplete. Off the hands of Quay Kindle. He would have had a first down, and the Buccaneer offense stalls out.
And Zoltan seemingly always finds those holes in the defense, man. He's got great eyes and throws with great anticipation, which is the hardest thing to do as a quarterback. Hardest trait to have is that great elite vision to really see things before they happen. Really impressive Zoltan so far this whole game with his ability to anticipate throws like that. His receivers they got to make those tough contested catches.
So now the Panthers showing potential block formation as Gilbert Brown gets it off the side of his foot, fielded by Wellman, and he's got some space, but he'll be dragged down from behind. Great tackle there for the Buccaneers. Sherrod Richardson, the backup running back, trips up Wellman from behind. But the Panthers will have great field position, trying to extend their lead here and pad it late in the 3rd quarter. It's about 4 o'clock local time here in Charleston, South Carolina. This one, it's going by pretty quick, partner.
Absolutely. Certainly a fast game, especially with both teams keeping the ball on the ground. Again, Charleston Southern, their defense all day today has played, really both defenses have played great bend but don't break defense. This is another crucial possession here where Charleston Southern's defense has got to put that on display yet again. They can give up a field goal. They're really probably about 5 to 10 yards from really allowing that Eastern Illinois kicking unit to get into range. But even if they do, it's a 6-point ball game, right? All you need is 1 touchdown from this Charleston Southern offense to take the lead. So all you need here, if you're Gabe Gardenia and this Bucs defense, just hold them to a field goal.
Pretty even across the board. Both teams about 20 minutes of possession, 3 punts apiece. The only 3 combined penalties, so pretty clean game. Biggest difference, Charleston Southern has run 48 offensive plays to Eastern Illinois' 32. We'll see what Cole LaCrue and company have in store here as they set up shop at the Buccaneer 35-yard line. LaCrue rolls to his right, quick pass out, has a man, and that's caught by Landers Green. He'll pick up about 8.
Nice job there by Kyle Derrickson getting LaCrue on the move, able to deliver a nice strike for a solid 7-yard gain. And quarterbacks like LaCrue, they like to throw the ball when they're on the move because being on the move is their comfort zone. Sometimes staying in the pocket is actually tougher for these running quarterbacks.
Panthers, 3 receivers split out to the left. LaCrue hands to Kellum, and Kellum will have the first down. As 3 or 4 Bucks finally bring him down.
Ball carrier is number 22, Charles Kellum. Stopped on the play by the Bucks.
So
Number
2
Justin
plays and a
Walker.
first down for the Panthers. So we are still looking for our first touchdown of the afternoon with 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 3.
And this Panthers offense is certainly in field goal range. Now, the question is this Bucks defense going to continue to hold this Panthers offense to field goals instead of touchdowns? Because you put your offense in a really good spot if you're able to just hold them to 3 here yet again.
Drew Schiller's season long is 43 yards. Well within reach now. LaCrue going towards the end zone, has a man. Buccaneers deliver a blow, but it's a touchdown. Touchdown Panthers. Joe McNabb, the backup tight end, wide open. And Eastern Illinois finally breaks this thing open.
That's a great call there from offensive coordinator Kyle Derrickson right there. You've been throwing screens and short, quick game stuff all day long at Cole LaCrue. That time you got Cole LaCrue pump fake a screen. You have that corner draw up on that kind of flat route, and then you bang your vertical route to your tight end right behind him.
Extra point is up and good. And we finally have a team who has reached the end zone today. Eastern Illinois takes a 13-3 lead over Charleston Southern. We'll see how the Bucks respond on the other side of this media timeout.
Okay, fans, it's time for T-shirts brought to you by Tony Pope State Farm, a proud sponsor of Charleston Athletics. Your Bucks cheerleaders and Buck Angels dance teams are throwing out T-shirts, so get on your feet, make some noise if you want a Tony Pope T-shirt. We got more shirts. Keep that noise going, fans. Keep it going. We got more shirts from Tony Pope State Farm.
We hope you're enjoying this OVC Big South broadcast on ESPN Plus. Still plenty of action coming up in the next week for the Buccaneers women's soccer team back home for their home finale against Presbyterian on October 29th. That'll be a 3 o'clock start time. Men's basketball season right around the corner, about 2 weeks away. They'll tip off the season against Toccoa Falls on November 6th. Also volleyball back home for back-to-back contests on November 7th against Radford, and then on November 8th against High Point. Again, all of those contests on ESPN Plus. Back here at Buccaneer Field, Eastern Illinois finally reaches the end zone. They take a 13-3 lead over the Buccaneers as Cole LaCrue connects with Joe McNabb for the touchdown.
Well, partner, we've called these guys the Cardiac Bucks before. They were down 10 last week, came back and won. All their games are close games, and all their wins are games where they've had to just gut it out in the end, come back, make plays on offense, and win. I don't expect this Bucks offense to look rattled at all. I expect Gabe Gardenia's offense led by Zoltan Osborne to come out and be very composed and play with some tenacity and really some just some aggressiveness to really get down this field and put 7 points on the board.
Buccaneers have moved the ball well today, just have not been able to convert when it matters most. On the first down play, pass intended for Bishop, and it's incomplete. Try to give it on the quick out. Osborne was under duress.
A lot of times when an explosive offense gets down a score or two in a game, it allows them to play a little bit more freely because generally the defense will start to play a little bit more reserved. They'll start playing a little bit deeper, and sometimes they can kind of mentally check out just a little bit while that offense starts to really dial in even more.
On second down, Osborne, play action pass, pump fake going up the sideline for Cunningham, incomplete. Great coverage there by Isaiah Huey. Blanket coverage on Cunningham. He's a little slow to get up.
Not what you want to see there if you're this Bucs offense. That's your best playmaker on the outside by far for the Bucs. Hopefully it's just a cramp for Rashawn Cunningham because you're going to need him in this fourth quarter.
He'll get stretched out in the sideline. Meanwhile, Layden Beckwith, the true freshman from Knightsdale, North Carolina, will check in. So the Buccaneers now face 3rd down and 10. Osborne drops back, spins out of pressure again. Looking, and he's going to take off. Won't have much for the first down, but marked down about 2 yards shy. So once again, hats off to this Panthers defense, forcing another punt.
Great play there by Zoltan to escape that sack, turned it into positive yards, but you just can't go for it being backed up this far in your own territory. Your defense has been playing well, right? It's hard for a defense to make a stop when the offense is getting the ball past that 50-yard line. So if Brown can pin Willman back here deep, put your defense in a really good spot.
It's a flag down on the field. That was Richardson, the winger, who started a little bit early.
Would really like to see a really nice, high, deep punt here from Brown. Brown hasn't really had any crazy punts come off his leg in the last couple of weeks. Would love to see him really pin Willman back here deep.
Panthers showing they're going to go for it here, try and block this kick. 2 linebackers drop last minute. Play clock at 10. Brown, another wobbly boot, and it'll bounce out of bounds just short of the 40-yard line. And that's where the Panthers will take over. Scored a touchdown on their last possession. Can really pad that lead here with another score.
And again, just not putting your defense in a great spot with a punt like that. Gilbert Brown has got so much more leg in him. I wonder why today it seems like it's just not really coming off the right way. He's a guy that can easily pin Willman back inside the 20, inside the 15. Would love to see him really be more of a weapon for this special teams at Charleston Southern.
Ball officially marked at the 41-yard line. LaCrue swings it out to Pearson. Pearson has some space, and he'll be brought down just past midfield. Move the chains for the Panthers.
Great pickup there for this Eastern Illinois offense. And that's been the difference in their ability to turn short outside pass plays right in the flats into some serious positive yardage. Is that perimeter blocking. That's one thing that Charleston Southern hasn't really established very well, is their ability for the receivers to block and block downfield well for whoever's coming behind them.
That's just the 11th pass attempt by LaCrue this afternoon. As Pearson now gets the carry, he's met by McKenzie and company after a gain of 3. LaCrue's official stat line actually 8 of 12, 84 yards, and had that 23-yard touchdown to McNabb on the last drive.
LaCrue playing like we had hoped for. If this Eastern Illinois team was going to win, LaCrue needed to play a really clean game. Didn't have a clean game last week, 3 picks. No picks today. No passes really into any tight coverage. He's really made huge progress since last week.
We heard pregame Brady Ford may make an appearance, the true freshman quarterback, but with the way that LaCrue's been playing, no need. As the quick give, it's Nelson. Nelson will be stood up right around the 30, but another first down for the Panthers. As this Eastern Illinois team looks like they're finally kicking it into high gear here in the last ticks of the third quarter.
And again, it seems like Eastern Illinois has all of the momentum right now, in which case they do. And it's crazy. If you could hold this Panthers offense to just 3 points here, it's still just a 2-score ball game where 2 touchdowns get you back in. And I know touchdowns seem like a foreign thing today for this Bucs offense, but this is an electric offense that can ignite at any moment.
have to tip your cap to this offensive line, too. The effort they've had today as Pearson tries to swing it outside. Not going to get much, and he'll be shoved out of bounds. But that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Eastern Illinois, 1 quarter away from securing a win and snapping their 2-game losing streak. They lead it 13-3. We head to the fourth. More on ESPN Plus right after this.
That's the end of the third quarter. The score, Eastern Illinois 13, the CSU Bucks 3.
Fourth quarter here at Buccaneer Field in Charleston, South Carolina. Panthers lead it 13-3, and they're moving the ball with ease. Eastern Illinois has the ball 2nd and 10 from the 30. So a flag comes in. It's going to be a false start there on De'Arius Smith. Back it up 5. We mentioned not many penalties in this contest. I believe that's just the 5th here at the start of the fourth quarter.
Well, that's why this game is going so fast, partner. Fewer penalties make that game clock churn a lot quicker. But that's a huge play there for Charleston Southern to be able to back this Panthers offense up further behind those chains. 2nd and super long now. Puts you in a really good spot to hold this team to just a field goal.
Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. LaCrue back to pass, goes towards the sideline. What a grab! Landers Green turned his head around and the ball was right there. Ball will be marked out at the 10-yard line, gain of 20.
And so much for saying Cole LaCrue can't pass the football. That's one of the best passes I've seen on this field since I've been announcing this entire year. That was an absolute dime in man coverage on a tight rope from Cole LaCrue. His receiver just looked at the last second, threw his hands up, and the ball was just right in the palm of his hands. Great ball there from 3.
Blanket coverage there from Paulk, but you mentioned LaCrue just put it in a place only his guy could get it. As the Panthers are in the red zone once again, Pearson goes up the gut. Ball on the ground. Buccaneers claim they have it, but the referees say it's going to stay with the Panthers. Jay Pearson went head-to-head there with Miles Bowen, or Mylan Bowen, rather. But Eastern Illinois recovers, 2nd and goal from the 6.
Would have been a huge play there, partner.
Would have been the 2nd time today that the Panthers had put the ball on the turf. They recovered twice. 2 turnovers for the Buccaneers.
Can they bend and not break here?
2nd and goal. LaCrue rolls to his right. Dart towards the end zone, incomplete. He wanted Willman. Kenai Cook in coverage. So, Panthers facing another big 3rd down here. On the day, they are 1 of 6, and this would be a big defensive stand for the Buccaneers if they're able to hold them to a field goal.
Would be huge because you're down 2 scores now. If you give a field goal, you're still down 2 scores, right? It's really not that big of a deal here. but you can't give up 6.
So let's ask the armchair offensive coordinator, what do you call here, 3rd and goal from your own 6-yard line?
Well, I assume you try and get LaCrue on the move here. You're not going to pick up a touchdown here through the ground unless – no.
They don't. They give the ball to Pearson. He's dragged down from behind by Malik McKenzie. Big tackle for loss, and here comes a field goal unit. So once again, this Buccaneer defense bends, does not break. And we'll see Schiller for the 3rd time today. This will be about a 25-yard attempt. Shading towards the right hash. Schiller's kick will split the uprights, and it's good. He is 3 for 3 on the day as the Panthers extend their lead. 16-3 is your score. Charleston Southern is in a hole, and they have to climb out of it. 12:49 to go. We'll see what they can do on the other side of this TV timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to the left side of the field. Please welcome back our Bucks Angels dance team as they perform their routine to Godspeed. Take it away, ladies.
I feel like Hussein in the kid of print. Talk fresh game, I don't need a minute. RIP the game, I need a minute. Okay, let's proceed with it. I'm in the house, got the deep with it. These bozos always sneak this and they taking shots. I'm a key with it, like no, this league business. Who you really know? I've been moving on the O's. Yeah, my connect is way up. I don't keep it on the low. So tell my fam I'll be okay. I sleep right where that Rico play. Even if I DOA, I wake up and I see your red. Excuse my friend, she will play. Ain't no binge, we don't play. You might catch me on the A and the burst like salt bay. Ay, league, about to be some havoc like it's my big. About to hit the top speed. Hey, yo, Gabby, when you drop the beat, make sure you wish you guys speed.
12:49 to go here in the 4th quarter. Buccaneers need to put some points on the board and fast as Drew Schiller, a perfect 3 for 3 on the day. But again, you got to tip your cap to that Buccaneer defense. With their backs to the end zone, they came up with a big-time stop. Malik McKenzie dragging down Jay Pearson on that 3rd down.
When we look back at forwards focus, what we were looking forward to in the second half of this Charleston Southern team on offense, finish your drives with touchdowns. That's what has to happen for this team to come back and win. And on defense for Charleston Southern, it was bend, don't break. You could say they broke on that one drive where they lit up a touchdown. But for the most part, they've only bended. They have really not broken all game long, especially in a crucial possession on that last one. So Zoltan Osborne's got everything in front of him to be able to lead this comeback and cement even a little bit more Zoltan Osborne legacy into the Charleston Southern history books.
Ball will be fielded by Waters. Up the gut he goes and finally tripped up right around the 30. So we're going to go once again to our armchair offensive coordinator over here. Does Seth Strickland move away from the run and do more of those quick passes, try and stretch the field? At what point do you abandon your running game just to climb back into this contest?
Well, Seth Strickland all day today has been playing, really the last couple weeks, he's been playing chess and not checkers. So I think you have enough time on the clock right now, 12:43, 3 timeouts, plus a 2-minute timeout. So really you got 4 timeouts. You got enough time on the clock to pretty much call anything you want. And what he's going to do is call exactly what Eastern Illinois is not expecting, right? So right now, not a big box. I will go inside zone up the middle here. Nobody in the box right now.
Fakes the give. Osborne over the middle, connects with Moore. What a day he's having. That's good for 6.
It was interesting there. Those 2 linebackers that were in the box right before the snap, they bounced outside the tackle box. And there's never a time where there's just 4 defenders in the box. And if there is, that's on the quarterback to audible to a run play. But really he's able to hit Moore and find that open hole in that box right there.
6 receptions, 47 yards for Moore today as Baldwin on the inside zone. The ball comes out. Ball hits the turf once again, and it is Panther football. Kamarion Baldwin coughs it up, and a crucial turnover for the Buccaneers. Eastern Illinois ball deep in Buccaneer territory.
Brutal. Not something we're used to seeing with KB like that.
That's 3 turnovers today for the Buccaneers. And if they go on to lose this one, that's the first thing Gabe Gardini's going to point to. You can't turn the ball over.
Usually a very clean team when it comes to turnovers. So just haven't really played like themselves today, especially at home. This team usually plays really smart, disciplined football at home. Just been a little sloppy today.
Panthers can put this game away, ideally with a touchdown. On first down, Kellum bounces it out to the right, and he's got some room. Still going, and finally brought out of bounds at the 20. That'll be good for a gain of 15.
That's certainly one way to get back into field goal range right there. Kellum's been awesome all day today. Charleston Southern really hasn't had an answer for him.
Now all of a sudden, this Eastern Illinois offense, and particularly their running game, has really kind of come to life here over the last 15 minutes and change.
But again, you feel like you've got a gut punch if you're Charleston Southern the last couple of drives. You're still in this game if you hold this team to a field goal.
Another red zone trip for the Panthers as a late flag comes in. That ball sails to the turf, intended for Davis.
I believe
see what the call is.
They're going to get too many men on the line of scrimmage here.
Referee still conversing.
Illegal shift. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So you were right for it. Illegal shift. So that'll back the ball up 5 yards. Marking with the 25. And remember, it was that false start penalty on the last drive that really kind of that led to the field goal. That kind of put the Panthers in the stumbling blocks. So 1st and 20. LaCrue keeps it, nearly gets dragged down behind, still on his feet, and coming from behind, Malik McKenzie. Oh boy, LaCrue took a shot.
He certainly did. What a tackle from behind by McKenzie to set the tone.
They call him Terminator, and if you've seen him, he looks like one of those Model Ts, Arnold Schwarzenegger and all.
And if the Terminator played football in a helmet and pads, that's probably how he would tackle as well.
Yep. So he gets back the original yards lost on the penalty and then some. Good for a 9-yard run. Sets up 2nd down at the 16. LaCrue, delayed handoff to Kellum. Kellum met in the backfield immediately. Once again, Malik McKenzie teaming up with Steve Zayakowski and Justin Waters. Big tackle for loss.
Huge play by that D when you needed to stop there. And now you put Eastern Illinois, it's not a long field goal, but it's certainly not an easy one if they don't gain any more yards here. It's a great stop there on 2nd and long to make this even more of a difficult possession to get points out of if you're the Panthers.
It's going to be a 3rd down and 9. Ball spotted at the 19. 10 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Trip set to the right for the Panthers. LaCrue brought down. Guess who? Malik McKenzie doing everything on this drive. And on will come the Panthers field goal unit.
And now you put them in a position where it's about a 37-yarder. It's manageable. It's certainly a makeable field goal, but wouldn't say easy. So let's see if Charleston Southern can get lucky here.
Yes, about a 37, 38-yard field goal. Again, his season long is 43. Schiller's kick. No good. Wide left. So the Buccaneers finally catch a break, and it is bedlam on the Buccaneers sideline after that miss.
Huge partner, momentum shifting play right there.
We'll see if the Bucs can carry that momentum on offense. We'll step aside for a quick moment. You're watching Big South OVC football on ESPN+.
Charleston Southern Athletics. Stay tuned for the journey ahead.
Ready for your next adventure? Charleston International Airport is your gateway to the world. With hassle-free check-ins, great amenities, and a true Southern welcome, hey cousins, your journey starts off right. Choose from 14 airlines and over 60 nonstop flights. Whether it's a beach escape or a bustling city getaway, we'll get you there with ease. Fly smart. Fly Charleston. Visit iflychs.com today.
Taking a look at the OVC Big South standings, a win today would put Eastern Illinois back in the thick of things with a few weeks to go. Charleston Southern on the precipice of dropping to 1-4 in conference play. Tennessee State was leading last time we checked in, so we'll see where they are in terms of standing with the Tigers. Western Illinois holding down the fort at the bottom at 0-4.
But these are the Cardiac Bucks, partner. Don't count them out. They still got time to make something shake.
9-12, still plenty of time as Osborne goes towards the sideline. Nice grab by Mackay Campfield. He won't go down easily. Finally dropped at the 40. Big pitch and catch there. Osborne to Campfield.
And they can't afford to have another injury in that receiver room. They're running thin in that receiver room right now.
Campfield slow to get up. Writhing in pain there on the ground.
Great ball from Zoltan, though. Great way to start that drive if you're the Bucks.
That's one thing about Osborne. He throws a great ball towards the sideline. We've seen that a couple of times. We will step away for a quick injury timeout. You're watching Big South OVC football on ESPN+.
I didn't know Moore had 5 catches at half. He's really getting fed.
Campfield able to walk off under his own power. Good news for the Buccaneers. So a great first play to open that drive. Osborne to Campfield. We'll see if they can build off of that. Officially goes down as a 20-yard completion. Ball marked at the 40-yard line. Osborne scanning, still moving, works his way towards the sideline. Great catch. Hakeem Waters got tripped up. Not the easiest grab. That'll be good for 6.
Who said running backs can't catch, partner? These running backs have been awesome today for Charleston Southern.
You're right. We've seen a couple of nice catches from Baldwin. Waters getting the passing game now. 8:25 to go. Buccaneers moving the football here on this drive as the referees blow the whistle. Letting us know it is, in fact, second down. Officially 2nd and 3. Osborne gives it to Waters. Waters finds a crease, and he's got the first down.
And that's one of those calls from Seth Strickland where, again, time is kind of running down in this game. Eastern Illinois isn't expecting a lot of runs from this Bucks offense, but 2nd and 3, not a lot of guys in the box. You give it to your freshman running back, and he goes for a nice first down. Momentum continuing to build for this Bucks offense on this drive.
Yeah, despite being down 13, the Bucks don't look lethargic at all. They've got plenty of energy. A couple of first downs to start this drive. Osborne towards the sideline, looked for a streaking Waters, can't connect. Hakeem Waters was streaking down the sideline. He would have had a big chunk play there if they were able to connect.
He was. Rare miss there from Zoltan. But again, we've seen Zoltan do this time and time again. These are the moments when he seems to play his best ball, when he seems to play his most confident football. So I'm really excited to see how number 5 finishes out this drive here for the Bucks.
On 2nd down, Osborne looking right, going towards the sideline. Hits his target. That's Cunningham. Move the chains once again for the Bucks.
No celebration from Zoltan. Really no emotion whatsoever. He's just, yep, another first down. Move the chains. He's so calm, man. He's so poised. You can see it in his feet in the pocket. They're not slow. They're just in rhythm. They're in constant rhythm. And that translates to his confidence in those throws.
Only been flushed out of the pocket once or twice in the one sack. Great clean pockets today for Osborne. Over the middle, caught. Welcome back, Mekhi Campfield. Shook off that injury. Gives us the 6-7. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Buccaneers at the 5.
And I said that Zoltan played like 07 Tom Brady last week. He's looking like primetime Tom Brady in the 2-minute drill right now. So what a strike from Zoltan across the middle to get his team into ripe scoring position.
Can the Buccaneers cap it off with a touchdown? Osborne makes a check at the line. The give to Waters, nowhere to go. Great tackle there by Knowledge Davis. He read it all the way.
You got 3 downs to get 5 yards. I believe in Seth Strickland's ability to dial up one great play out of the next 3 to help this Bucks offense get across that goal line.
We've reached the 6-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. Still plenty of time. Buccaneers need 6, and they need it quick.
Check out top of your screen. Rashawn Cunningham maybe on a goal line fade. Maybe not now.
Back of the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Right on cue, Rashawn Cunningham. And the Bucks are back in this ball game.
Maybe not a goal line fade, partner, as he started to hustle down there on that motion. But a nice glance route in the back of the end zone. Zoltan finds him. Perfect strike to him. Hit him in the face mask. And again, we call them the Cardiac Bucks for a reason. Right back into the position to win this ball game.
Great read, great route. And the Bucks are an extra point away from making this a 1-possession ball game. Extra point is up, and it is good. So the Cardiac Buccaneers, buckle up, folks. This ball game's far from over. We will step aside and see how Eastern Illinois responds to the other side of this timeout. Back here at Buccaneer Field, where it is a 6-point game. Charleston Southern marched down the field. A couple of great completions for Zoltan Osborne. 20 yards to Campfield. A tough 7-yard reception to Waters. 16 yards to Cunningham. 24 yards to Campfield. And then the 5-yard touchdown to Cunningham to bring it to within 6. Probably the best drive we've seen today from Zoltan Osborne.
He looked like Tom Brady in a typical 2-minute drill, not flustered at all, like he'd been there 1,000 times before, and he showed it right there. If this Bucs defense can get a stop, expect Zoltan to put 7 more points on the board, partner.
Will Lang sends it to the back of the end zone, touchback. And this Buccaneer defense has shined all day today. Nick Revis boasting one of the best units in the conference, and only to dial up some pressure here. We'll see if Malik McKenzie, who was Mr. Everything 2 drives ago, we'll see if he can dial it up again and get after the quarterback.
They got so many playmakers on that defensive front, man, and especially in that linebacker unit between Waters, McKenzie, and Zajkowski. Expect them to step up here on this drive and get a crucial stop.
LaCrue out to Pullman, and it's a little high. Pullman got a shot in the ribs there from Kanai Cook. Ball just sailed on him just a bit. Second down.
And that's where LaCrue, his ability to be a really dialed and detailed, accurate passer, kind of comes to show a little bit, right? He's been really good all game on that short stuff, but sometimes it's those easy ones that get away from you just easily.
Handoff to Kellum. Kellum gets maybe a yard. And again, it's a big wall of blue jerseys. Sets up 3rd and long.
You can feel the momentum shifting from that Panther sideline to the Bucs sideline. The Bucs defense is right where they want to be right now. Let's see if they can get a huge stop here on 3rd down, get the ball back to Zoltan Osborne and this explosive Bucs offense.
Mylan Bowen and Malik McKenzie both lined up on the edges. We'll see if the Bucs bring pressure. LaCrue overthrows his receiver. That was intended for Green. And there's a defensive stand the Bucs needed.
And who else on the coverage there? Anthony Polk. Love it, man. This Bucs defense is playing fired up, inspired football, and I can't wait to see what the cardiac Bucs offense is going to do with 5 minutes remaining. They got an eternity to go down the field and get a touchdown.
Crowd on their feet for this homecoming edition. We celebrated the 2015 playoff team earlier today. Great punt there by Mason Miller, and we're going to get a return by Bishop. Bishop has a seam brought down right at the 45-yard line. Good tackle there, and that's where the Bucs will take over. Zoltan Osborne, clinical on that last drive that led to a touchdown with Rashawn Cunningham. 4:49 to play. So now the question is, Mr. Offensive Coordinator, do you try and move the ball at that same speed, at that same pace, push the ball down the field, or do you try and establish your run game, melt this clock down? Because 5 minutes is still a little too long, I'd say.
I think most times I would say try and milk this clock, really play a 4-minute offense here. But in this scenario, your defense is playing so well. LaCrue really hasn't been able to do much in the passing game these last couple of drives. I just try to score whenever I can and let my defense make that final stop of the game.
Osborne, great catch. Makai Campfield with the defender all over him. Picks up 6. What a day for Zoltan Osborne. 24 for 36, 227 yards, and that touchdown. The Bucs are moving.
He's been awesome these last couple weeks of this season, really playing with a lot of confidence.
Osborne again dumps it off, hits Waters. That's a first down and more. Hakeem Waters still going. Up the sideline he goes. Hakeem Waters with 1 man to beat, and he is brought down at the 15.
Justin, who said running backs can't catch, partner? You kidding me? What a play by Waters.
And this crowd is electric. The stands are reverberating. We have a timeout on the field for an injured Panther defender. But what a great pitch and catch there. Osborne to Waters.
We don't call them the cardiac Bucs for nothing, folks.
We'll step aside for a quick injury timeout. Bucks trying to push it into the end zone on the other side of this break. Saipeki Maialva able to walk off under his own power. Good sign. After a great play, though, Osborne to Waters. That was good for 43 yards as the Buccaneers set up shop from the 15-yard line. 4 minutes to play. Buccaneers trail by 6.
Charleston Southern has entered the State Farm Tony Pope red zone.
Fans stomping and cheering. Let's go, Bucks. Hoping for a wild finish here in North Charleston. Little pitch goes to Kindle. He'll turn the corner. Gains maybe 2 or 3 yards. Brought down right around the 10.
Ball carrier for the Bucks is number 8, Clay Kendall. Brought down by number 1, Tylen Foster.
Little scuffle there at the end. Players getting all tangled up.
This is where you feel so good if you're an offensive coordinator in Seth Strickland right now, because you've got 5 guys on the field that are just elite playmakers. Moore is a mismatch at tight end. Bishop is a mismatch in the slot. Cunningham, Campfield, they're mismatches on the outside. And then you got a back like Hakeem Waters that can make you miss and make any catch you want.
Osborne hands to Waters. He's got a crease, and Hakeem Waters is brought down at the 5. That's good for a first down.
This is where your Jimmies and Joes make an offensive coordinator feel like he can't be wrong with whatever he calls because they're just so talented.
Another first down for the Buccaneers. Sets up 1st and goal. Crowd on their feet, and they're getting louder. That Buccaneers sideline's getting hyped too. Can they punch it in and take their first lead of the game? The give to Waters, up the gut. Hakeem Waters pushing the pile. And he is in. No. They're going to mark him 1 yard short. And that will take us to the 2-minute timeout. So a wild finish upcoming here in North Charleston. Don't go anywhere, folks. We will step away one more time. Panthers holding on to a 16-10 lead, but the Buccaneers are on the doorstep. Stick around. A great finish coming on ESPN+. Two minutes to go here at Buccaneer Field. And Charleston Southern is quite literally at the 1-inch line. A touchdown and an extra point away from taking the lead.
And we said it when this team was down 13. But they're the Cardiac Bucks. And they're showing us why, partner, every game we do. They come back and they make it a ball game.
Both teams still with 3 timeouts, so this one's far from over. Buccaneers need a score first. 2nd and goal from the 1-inch line. Waters the give, and he walks in. Hakeem Waters, touchdown Buccaneers. And it is electric here in North Charleston.
That was an easy call for Coach Strickland. Hand it off to your talented freshman back who really set up that touchdown on that drive with that awesome 43-yard catch and run to get you all the way down inside the red zone. Let him finish it off.
Back-to-back drives, back-to-back touchdowns, and the Buccaneers are an extra point away from taking their first lead of the game. Kick is up, and it is through. Charleston Southern takes a 17-16 lead with 1:57 to go. This is why you don't write off Charleston Southern. Every single coach we've talked to have said this team will play until the very end. They are competitive until the final whistle, and they showcase that here today.
Well, and that's exactly what we talked about with Coach Gardini earlier this week in our interview with him. We said at the end of the interview, Coach, you know, it might not show on the win-loss column, but every time we watch your team play, there's just a toughness that comes from that team. And he said that's the biggest compliment you can get as a coach.
And one thing that Coach Gardini talks to us every week about is he gives his team a message. And this week the message was from John 14, 1-4. Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God. I think this team has hardened hearts, and they believe right here, right now.
They believe it, man. In the blink of an eye, it was about to be 19-3 with under 10 minutes to play. You blink your eyes for 1 second, and it's 17-16 Bucks on top. Who could have seen that coming? Not a lot of us, but this Charleston Southern team believed that they would do it, and they got themselves a lead with 2 minutes left to play.
This crowd is reinvigorated. Defense needs to make one more stand. It's a high kick from Lang. That would have been good for a field goal. It was splitting their uprights. And we'll see what Cole LaCrue and company can do. They need to march probably about 60 yards to get into comfortable field goal range for the automatic Drew Schiller. 2 for 3 on the afternoon.
Well, and this is where I really expect Cole LaCrue to use his legs to set up some downfield passes. This is where, in a 2-minute drill like this, if you're scrambling around, those DBs can really lose sight of those receivers, and that quarterback can put himself in a spot to make some really nice throws down the field.
First play, in and out of the hands of his tight end, Alex Herrera. Just didn't get that head around in time, but LaCrue put it right on the money.
Yeah, big fella just didn't get his head around fast enough. Hits him really right on his hip. Good ball there from LaCrue, but they're going to need him to utilize his legs a little bit to really get this offense down the field into some rhythm.
2nd and 10, 1:54 left to play in regulation. LaCrue looking right, steps up, and he is going to be brought down. Another wall of blue is there as David Portu got to him first.
This Bucks sideline and this Bucks stadium is just so re-energized and rejuvenated from just 7 minutes ago, and this game was a totally different vibe.
Under 90 seconds to go. First down needed. The ball is tipped. It's a first down conversion to Willman, and we have flags in the backfield as Mylan Bowen's going to get So a killer penalty at 15 more yards on the roughing the passer call. So that's going to put the ball right around midfield.
That's a brutal
at the
penalty.
48-yard line of the Panthers. Or excuse me, of the Buccaneers.
Brutal penalty for Charleston Southern right there.
So now the Panthers need to go about 25, maybe 30 more yards to get into field goal range. LaCrue steps up into the pocket. He's going to take off across the 40, across the 35 to the 30, and steps out of bounds at the 25-yard line. You said he was going to have to use his legs more, and he did right there. Big pickup.
Well, when in this 2-minute drill, when you're a running quarterback and you know the defense is playing in that deep 4 shell, they're playing very far off, you know that you're going to have an ability, if you can slide up in that pocket, to really scamper for some yards because there's nobody playing underneath. And Cole LaCrue did that just right there for a huge pickup. And now you're already in field goal range.
Another first down would make it just a bit more comfortable as Gabe Gardenia calls his first timeout. So that Buccaneers felt like they were about to make a big-time stop, but the catch by Willman and then the 15-yard penalty on Bowen, all of a sudden the breath has been taken out of this crowd.
This momentum swing has been back and forth in dramatic fashion for the last 8 minutes of this ball game. This crowd seemed out of it and dead at the 10-minute mark, and now both sides are going back and forth, exchanging body blows, so to speak, like two tired boxers in the ring. Let's see, can this Charleston Southern defense make a crucial play for a loss of yards here and back him out of field goal range, close this game out?
So ball's marked to the 25-yard line. Yeah, so they're right there on the precipice of where Schiller could hit from. Again, his longest on the season is 43. That was way back in September. Hit from 42 against Gardner-Webb 2 weeks ago. As the carry goes to Kellum, and he's not going to get anywhere. May lose a yard. And guess who? It's McKenzie, and he's a little slow to get up. He has certainly put his body on the line on this one.
Hate to see that if you're Coach Gardini and Charleston Southern.
So the Bucs use their second timeout, 1:05 to play. Ball spotted the 26-yard line. So at this point, it looks like the Bucs are going to play for the field goal and then hope Zoltan Osborne, this Buccaneer offense, can pull off a miracle here on homecoming day.
Now, here's the thing. Eastern Illinois missed a kick when the ball was on the 20-yard line last time out. So they still need 6 yards to get to the spot where they missed it last time. So if you can prevent this offense from getting to that 20, you can feel all right about where your defense allows this offense to get to.
The give to Kellum up the middle. Malik McKenzie brings him down after a gain of about 4. Ball marked at the 27-yard line. Clock still going. It'll be third down, 45 seconds to go. Trying to get the Bucs to jump off sides, not going to do it. They'll turn to the sideline. Play clock at 18. Buccaneers are going to hold on to that final timeout. Could be a wild finish here in North Charleston, as the Panthers are going to let this tick all the way down and call timeout. 18 seconds remain. They'll try and set up the field goal. So ball's right there in the middle. I'm sure they're going to ask Drew Schiller right now, do you want it on the right hash? Do you want it where it is? Where do you want it? Wind's pretty much died down. Doesn't look to be a big fixture here. So as it stands, be about a 32, 35-yard field goal attempt.
Well, and keep in mind, He missed from that 20 last time out. So nothing's a guarantee here. Would still love to pick up. It's 3rd and 7. Would love to pick up 5 yards here if you're Eastern Illinois, but this Charleston Southern run defense has been stout pretty much all game outside of a few explosive runs from Kellum.
They add 1 second back to the clock. 19 seconds to go. Panthers facing 3rd and 7. LaCrue hands to Kellum, and he'll pick up a few more, and that'll Buccaneers will call timeout, stop the clock with 14 seconds to go. Panthers facing 4th down, and here comes Drew Schiller. 3 of 4 for the day. He can play the hero and put the Panthers ahead with a field goal here.
Well, keep in mind, they picked up a fair amount of yards there to get that ball inside the 20, but now it's on the left hash. We don't know if Mr. Schillen wants that ball on the left hash. We don't know if he wants on the right hash or the middle. But he missed going right down the middle last time from right around this range. If you don't think he's got a little bit of pressure on him, I think you're crazy, partner.
Be about a 32-yard field goal. Actually be marked as a 35-yard attempt officially. Ball on the left hash. Drew Schiller, 3 of 4 for the day. Kick is up and is blocked. The kick is blocked. The kick is blocked. Charleston Southern's going to win. Charleston Southern's going to win. And it's Bedlam at Buccaneer Field. A homecoming miracle. And the Bucs are going to win their 2nd straight OVC Big South contest. Oh my goodness.
They don't call them the Cardiac Bucks for nothing. What a finish, partner. And who's the catalyst behind that? Number 5 quarterback, Zoltan Osborne. Looked like primetime 07 Tom Brady today. Can't say enough about his performance.
They're not going to keep him off the field today. Zoltan Osborne and the Buccaneers rightfully in victory formation. A comeback for the ages. And the Buccaneers are going to move to 3-6, 2-3 in Big South play. In a homecoming these fans and these players will never forget. Your final score, Charleston Southern 17, Eastern Illinois 16.
What a finish, partner. That's one of the best games I've ever seen in my life. What a comeback there from Zoltan Osborne and that Bucs offense. What a couple of stops from this defense for this Charleston Southern team. Just a team gritty win. Coach Gardina is going to be so proud of these boys.
Osborne, 26 of 38, 280 yards, a touchdown. Hakeem Waters had that touchdown to put them ahead, and the blocked field goal with 14 seconds to go. What a day. We thank you for joining us on behalf of our entire Charleston Southern ESPN crew. He's Ford Werness. I'm Justin Beagle. Have a great night. We will see you next time.